Welcome to the GRG Podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also, remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun on safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical. I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down. I'm winning now. Been a while, you ain't like me then, but how you like me now? Real one, if I hold you down, I'ma keep it there till we in the ground. Jet black when I paint the town, only blue sheets when they pay me now. Treat it setback like a step back. Wave, I got the game in a vice grip. Way up when the virus clear. All my niggas on the flight list. Verbally gifted, take the plot then I twist it. Got it big lit. Sex with the incense, got my mind rinse, won't stop, I'm relentless. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun on safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, I want a girl for the mouthpiece, so bright that it light on my face. Your shawty just call me a fave, cause she like my character traits. I never stop for a break. I put a lock on the game, I put a stock in my name, but I give a fuck about the fame. I took a bite of life and it tastes so exquisite, it feel like you do when you look in my pendant. Hopeless romantic, my girl, chin up for the kid. I'm not on no simp shit. Won't stop to the youngest he dreams. Wanna take him from rags to riches. I heard that you claim that you know me, but you ain't the homie. The fuck is your friendship? I need the loyalty, back up the royalty. I give a fuck if you notice me. Ain't nobody holding me. Big wave at your shoreline, so they know it's me. Babe boy from the cold seas. Nitro with a new pen, go at ISO. Tell him don't reach. Ice cold with it, no fleece. I'ma need safety. Tell her I can't snake me. Ray gun off safety. My girl so tasty. Tell her it's your world. She want the two-tone spaceship. Blow smoke screen daily, so the stress don't faze me. I'm going, hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are you supposed to do after that? Okay, so there's one Mississippi.
Two
and
Mississippi.
And then what else? What's after two?
3 Mississippi.
What's after three?
4 Mississippi.
And what's four after four?
5 Mississippi.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Sir X-Man knows how to count to 5 in Mississippian. I think that's what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the GRG podcast is alive. Welcome, to the December edition. Well, last week was December, wasn't it? Oh, man. Okay, so check this out, right? I have been without an adult beverage for about 3 weeks. But, tonight, I think after the VGAs and for all the announcements that we got, and for the stuff that we got to talk about, man, this is a celebration. So tonight, raise up your adult beverage. Let's get ready to go. Have a good time, because our damn show going to get started. Anyway, and enjoy.
Question.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yes.
Is this show today going to be longer than the VGAs? I know your shows.
No, it shouldn't be.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
It should be. And if it is, it's because of you, because you keep interrupting. All right. So anyway,
touche.
Baby,
Love you, brother.
Love you too. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing right here is blew my mind. If you have not yet played that Unreal 5 Matrix Awakening tech demo, please play it, because right here it trips you out. I'm thinking all of this is video. This is all gameplay. I lost my mind. This is incredible. But anyway, without further ado, let's get to these special guests. And I know one person is over here being burned in the midnight oil that was just coming from Crossfire. So glad for him to come on through. Well, I say that because I have to be a gracious host. But this gentleman, I've been knowing him for a while. You're
the one who asked his ass to come, so it's on you, bro.
Yeah. And then also, he has begged to come on to the podcast numerous occasions. But then when his PlayStation friends get around, he comes and he starts acting a little weird, and he starts talking about, well, maybe I don't really deal with K-Mega. I don't really talk with them Xbox and all that and all this. Yeah. So anyway, my main man, Dark Optimus, or as my boy X-by448 calls him Doc Otter, or what is it, Jeff Goldblum? I don't know.
Well, yeah, dude, so many nicknames, man.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I think you were the one that came up with the angry.
I did come with the angry
one.
otter because you did a lot of complaining, a lot of bitching, moaning, and so
I still do that. It's fun. I like doing it.
Yes, but you know what? The one thing I do not have in my soundboard is a otter sound. I definitely have to get that. So
I hope that day never comes.
Oh, that day is coming. That day is coming. But anyway,
people would DM me and be like, "Can you tell K Mega to stop putting that fucking otter sound in the show?" And I was just like, "Hey, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, man. He's his own man, you know."
Oh yeah. But you know what? See, it's funny because at first people were annoyed by the sound effects, and then all of a sudden when I stopped, because I was like,
then it caught on.
Yeah, and then people start replying it, or I would get hit up on Xbox or a DM with somebody just taking a quote from one of those little sound bites, and one of the popular ones is the hold on, I gotta find it. I know exactly what it is. It's one of Yogi's as well. The dolphin is always going to be the classic here. You know, shout out to Livewire, aka Mr. Dolphin, bro man. But that will only be used on certain occasions, just to throw it out there. But when Livewire ever returns to come on to GRG, the dolphin noise is there available for him. So without further ado, let's Dark Optimus. I'm glad you popped on. I know that you just came on Crossfire. How you been? What's been going on, man? Yeah, no problem. How you been?
Wait, hold on a second. Hey, time out. I just had a question that just entered in my mind.
Yeah.
Why would you play a dolphin sound for an otter?
You had to be there.
Okay, no.
Okay, enough said.
The dolphin is for Livewire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a little funny story behind that because of something from I know about Livewire. He told us. In his life, so it was pretty damn funny. Like, because dude was like 6'7", you know what I'm saying, got dreads down to his damn knees, looking like Black Jesus. And so, I'm like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, what? And you used to do what as an athlete? Okay, so it was pretty funny. So that's why I did the dolphin. But yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you, Otter. This next man, you may have heard him when he used to come on Fight Night Sundays. Thank you, Dragonheart Yobi, for always getting in his tail, for him running and ducking from the fight. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day he'll come if we let him play a certain game where he can win. Maybe he'll return. But other than that, it's my brother. And I really do appreciate you coming on, man. Sir X Man, it's been a while. How you been?
I've been good. I've been hooked on Forza Horizon, dude. I just want to finish almost everything in it, man. Most Forza, except for Forza, Horizon 3. I just, I haven't been this engrossed in the games in a long time. That's why I haven't really been on, dude. That game got me hooked. Great game,
we see you driving. It's all good.
Man. But other than that, that's about it. Sometimes I get time free where I can actually do stuff. I work too much. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know that. I used to know that.
Gaming. I miss gaming so much, but I'm slowly starting to get back into it. And I will make a return to Fight Night eventually. It's just I'm trying to enjoy some other games that I like because I haven't had time to catch up on some of the games. You know what that's like, K-Mega.
Oh, yeah, I definitely know what that's like. No doubt about it.
Be here, and let's get to the topics. And I know Yobi probably talking crap. Shut up, Yobi.
Yeah, he's you grandpappy, not.
Yeah,
I know my buddy. I know him.
The grandpappy. But
let's go and have some fun.
And Yobi, you know what I'm saying? Don't do anything next week because I'm going to have you on for the last show for the year for GRG. Nice. And you know what I'm saying? I have commanded it and it shall be done. So, you know what I'm saying? I got to get my boy on for the last show of the year. But, I got, let's get on to the rest of the panel. D, last week you partied hard, man. I was seeing, you posted a couple of pictures. I seen the dress that you was trying to get ready to go out in, and you know what I'm saying, but you didn't disclose any of your shenanigans. So how hard did you kick it last week? Because it sounded like you had a blast. You would sleep all week because I was looking for you to play Gears finally, but it just didn't happen because he was partying too hard. So I need to know, man, how was it and how you been?
I've been good. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a winery.
Oh,
So, it was just different wines and nice food. We did a lot. It was a lot of running around that I'm not usually used to because I'm usually not at home, but I'm in my backyard, you know, during the weekends typically. So it was pretty good. I had like, a lot of wine, which I haven't had in a long time since quarantine.
Mm.
So that was interesting. I was knocked out.
She was
a
like,
good chunk. I was always a lightweight, but this was like lightweight.
Ugh.
On just wine. So I was like, yeah, I'm not turning up for New Year's because I'm tired. I can't.
You're not gonna get ready for New Year's.
I know,
What?
which is sad because that's my birthday. So this was a test, and
Your birthday
I
is
failed.
on New Year's.
Yeah, so the 31st.
Ill, bro.
Yeah.
I'd probably be dead if my birthday was on New Year's because I would get so bent. The world is celebrating my birthday. So we about to get bent. And I mean bent.
Exactly. Yeah. And with, Corona and everything, I'm just going to stay home, which is even worse because we have like
in bird culture, this is considered a big move.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of kicking it.
Take it somewhere, take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just got to get it together. Get your shit together.
Get it together and get out there and act a damn fool on your birthday, which is New Year's. How many people would love to have their birthday on New Year's? Is it New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
No, it's New Year's Day. So the night before,
oh my God,
I get turned, and then the next day everybody's hungover. So I get like first in line at brunch because everybody's like hungover.
I know people where their birthday is on New Year's too, and they're at my job. They get double pay, and if they want people to work an extra, they get paid 4 times an hour.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I don't work on my birthday because my logic is if I'm going to get paid regardless, I'd rather not work.
Yep. You're going to get paid an extra day anyway, so 2 extra days for being off.
We get so this year Christmas and New Year's are on a Saturday.
Yep.
So they're observing it. So I get Friday off, which is New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. Then because we have like a rotating holiday, I also took the 3rd off. So between Christmas and my birthday, I work like 3 days. And I just have 2 4-day weekends back to back. So it's gonna be pretty cool. But it's cool, but I'll probably just be chilling at home in my outfit, not going outside because people don't know how to damn it act. But it's cool. It's the only birthday where people care about what happened the night before. It's like, oh, your birthday's today. What'd you do last night? It's like, exactly. Like, nobody really cares the day of. But it is nice to be one age per calendar year. That's pretty sweet.
That is really sweet. That is sweet.
I like that.
You're the first person I met that had a birthday. That had a birthday on New Year's Day. That is
Me too.
amazing.
Me too.
That is great. All right, so it is dope. Well, cool. Let's get on to Six Layer. Brother, what's been going on, man? How you been?
Hey, what up, everybody? Yo, just got paid. It's Friday night. After the holidays, you got the bonus pay, and I've been practicing what I preach. So nice
overtime season.
Check. Oh yes. Give me all the money that I worked for, plus some bonuses on top of that, just because, right? So yeah, that's what I've been at, and then put in some time on some Halo. Oh my God.
We will definitely talk about that. Yes.
Absolutely. I've been playing some other games too. And yeah, man. So we got a lot to talk about. So.
Oh yeah. No doubt about it. All right, well, cool. Let's get with it. Thank you guys for coming and stopping by. If you don't mind, man, hit that like button, that notification bell, all of that. It means a lot. And on top of that, like YouTube got different policies. They change their policies like people change draws. So this is a new policy. They want people to give the likes. The dislike, if you want to hit the dislike, go ahead and do it. They took it away. That is absolutely fine with me. I never bothered when I seen the one or two.
There's ways around it.
Well, listen, you know what? The only time, there's only been 3 videos that I've ever posted, or anything that I've ever posted that had a ton of dislikes. The one where I was talking about Persona, and people didn't understand the word niche, but they used the word now, and you know, and I don't understand. They just got upset about that video. And then, of course, I had a video talking about the spectacular Spartan Lock. That got a lot of dislikes. And then the video that I made about
right.
Yeah, but that's okay. Still accurate what I said, and it was very true. And then I made a video talking about Battlefield 1 and how people was being upset about the character on the cover when it first dropped out, like they didn't understand history. And so I had a lot of, like, you know, certain type of individuals that didn't like the fact that there was a person of color on the cover. So, you know, I don't know. But it was pretty crazy. But that's it. Other than that, you know, just so I do thank you guys for showing support and love. So, other than that.
Hey, Megan, one other thing I just wanted to mention. Yesterday, particular man passed. Most people, including myself, didn't even know his name. But once I mentioned his accomplishments, you're gonna instantly realize that, you know, this was an important man in many of our lives. This is
significant, a legend.
Yeah, Masayuki Umera, right? I'm pretty sure I massacred the last name there, but he was an engineer responsible for both the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Super Nintendo. Now, I as a fan of video games know many of the people behind the scenes. I could I could mention a litany of names. But this man's name is not among them. At least as an American, his name was not put out there at all. You know, particularly from Nintendo, I could name, you know, obviously Shigeru,
in the 80s,
Miyamoto. You know, the dude did Mario, Zelda, all of that. You know, he gets a lot of credit. But this man was equally would feel as important. You know, he had a hand in a lot of our lives, and the majority of us never even knew his name. So R.I.P. to this great man. I mean, wow.
He saved
massive
gaming.
impact in gaming. Yeah.
He saved gaming.
He helped
Nintendo
save
saved gaming. Yeah.
Yep.
That is no question about it. Nintendo and Sega saved gaming. And I mean, if you really kind of look at it, Sega and Nintendo were kind of like the magic and bird of gaming. And they saved the day. And then PlayStation became like a Jordan at that time. So like it was, you know, it's pretty amazing to see. Like we had that conversation last week when I was talking about my favorite, and I talked about it on Devin the Gamer too this week with Don, of saying my favorite all-time gaming CEO or member that was a part of a staff was Jack Tretton. Like he's the GOAT to me. And then Phil has now put himself just right there. If Xbox generation goes as according to plan, then Phil will definitely take that spot. But for me right now, hands down, Jack Tretton is the best. He's the best. And I mean, he went against the behemoth, which was Nintendo, and beat them, put them away, and then dominated my beloved Sega to where they no longer make consoles anymore. So I mean, that just shows the dominance of what PlayStation was at the time. But now I'm gonna have to throw shade at them later on tonight because of some things that's gonna happen. But you know, that's why I had to bring Dark in here so he can, you know, feel the need. So I was just gonna ask Callie.
He's a defense lawyer. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I need a defense lawyer. So, but now you know, I'll just ask Callie to come in and do some defense if it comes down to some crazy stuff that PlayStation is doing. But anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the very first topic. And it's very interesting to me because this is something that we've talked about, but then again, it's like we knew it, but I'm still shocked to hear it. And especially when it comes to the platform itself, where Square Enix is going to hit the gamers. And that is Square Enix is going to now raise their price to $70 for all of their titles, I believe, on the PC community. And so, like, as somebody, I dabble in PC. I build me a PC. I enjoy PC, but not as much as I enjoy consoles. But for Sir X-Man he's turned himself into a PC Master Race gamer. And I understand Sick.
I still love the Xbox.
But you are the the person that plays on PC probably more than anybody else on this panel. So the question I have to ask you, I'm going to go straight to you first on this one, is how do you feel about this, Slayer, when you hear that this news is going to happen? I mean, we knew when PlayStation brought it up, yeah, it was cool, but and gamers are distraught about it, but then there's other gamers that saying, look, they defend it and say, look, these games, they're quality, they need the money, blah, 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 blah. But when you hear about PC, you always hear about like ease and not having to pay those extra fees like gamers do on console. How do you feel about it first, and how is it going to affect the the PC gaming community going forward?
Well, I think the only way to be able to comment on this situation is to have knowledge of the past history, because without that, you really couldn't make any objective note. So, real quick, I've made mention of something I've referred to as sort of kind of my life's work, and that was basically taking the PC and trying to make it into like a console, like where it would launch into a menu. We could just use a controller or remote or something real simple, right? But so there was a point where the consoles would always have an advantage like 6 months ahead of the PC, right? In terms of technology, every generation, right? Last generation that didn't really happen, but this generation it's come back, right? It's particularly with the Series X, right? But this is what was normal. Now, within a year or two, the PC would catch up and surpass consoles, right? So why do I bring this all up? See, because at that point, now it starts to be more cost effective or at least advantageous to play a multi-plat, for example, on the PC, right? And in the era of the 360, remember the 360 era was the era when they upped the price from $50 to $60 on games, at least here in North America, right? So PC didn't jump with that. Every time actually, this is the one time we can actually observe. This one time that it happened was at that point, and the PC didn't jump with that. It's PC games were $50 still. So like two to 3 years after the 360's release, if you would run games on PC, it soon became a point where it might be more cost effective to play across multi-plat on PC, right? Because you'd have controller support, higher resolutions, all that, plus $10 cheaper. But that would only last for so long. Every time they do a price update, or at least this last time, right? Eventually, there's one quote-unquote brave game that will be in league with what the console is doing with that now $60
remember,
cost.
most of this is before Steam.
Right. This happened.
You had to have a disc.
Yeah, you had to have a disc.
Have the software to insert on one of those floppy drives.
Right.
To play the game on the PC. That's why it was lower, because it was a lower cost.
No. But what I'm saying was at the end of that era, right, when Steam just became a part of the situation, PC games were still the same price, $50. When console jumped up to $60, PC stayed at $50 for a long time, up until one publisher, one game or whatever, came along and was like, no, we want $60 like we asked for on console, right? Particularly at that point when the PC starts to give a superior game for less money, or at least superior experience, not superior game, right? So I feel this is what's happening again now. Someone has to take that first hit, right? It's like this time it's Square Enix. But mark my word, this is the first. This will not be the only. This will not be the last. One day, sooner rather than later, unfortunately, PC games will be at $70. And just like some games today are still 50, some are 60 or whatever, right? You'll have those exceptions, especially in this period of transition, right? But it's going to happen again. It happened before. Everything seems to be going the same way. There's going to be some game, some platform, and the Epic Store. Isn't this also happening on the Epic Store?
That I do not know.
Yeah, because isn't that Final Fantasy? Yeah. See,
no.
there you go. Why am I not surprised? And that was just an assumption.
I'm reading it right now because I was just about to read a paragraph or two about it, and then once you got done, just to make sure. And I'm reading it while you're talking, and I'm just seeing it right here. There it says the Epic and Steam page was so successful for the $70 price. So yeah,
I'll pull up my Epic store right now and take a look.
Epic, yeah. See, I'm not even surprised. See, I knew it. That's how Epic. See, and Epic is the new. I don't want to use the word antagonist, but that's the closest. But not fully in the narration. I've been telling you guys for a long time. You guys really don't understand about what Epic is doing in terms of buying games on PC. Right, is a bit of a problem. Actually, quite a problem. And there you see, part and parcel. One of the first games is on their platform at $70. It's not exclusive, but they have some others
but it's
that
their
I believe
biggest,
are.
Yeah,
I think
biggest Final
one.
Fantasy is probably their the remake is probably their biggest title that they can sell out.
That's what happened the last time. It was some equally big release on PC at the time, and they charged $60, and then they all started doing it soon thereafter. They're all gonna fall like dominoes. It's not even a question if it's good or not. It's happening. Just like what I said about the console games. It's gonna happen because they just have to, right? But who's gonna take point? It's always going to be the usual suspects, the ones who you consider to be the most greedy. Look how I automatically assumed Epic. Off bat, I didn't read that. I assumed and I was right because that's how, in my opinion, they get down and there it bears out. I'm just saying.
They just had the release date. They don't have a date up yet.
It's coming out the 16th. Yeah, the 16th. Yeah.
But they don't show no price yet. They just say add to wish list.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go to you, Dark, and then Sir X-Men, I'll go to you next. But Dark, what is your thoughts about this? I know that you're not big into PC like that, but I mean, to see where even in this article that I'm reading, it's saying PC gamers haven't taken the $70 price seriously. Numerous posts popped up on Reddit complaining that the price hike was going to be the same for Final Fantasy Remake, and a lot of people downplayed it, which has already been out for nearly 2 years, and it's first released on the PlayStation 4. So now that it's an Epic exclusive for a year, so that's another thing behind it, that Epic has got this game for a whole year. So Steam players will not get it until 2023, or 2022 of next year, or if it's kind of like in the same kind of predicament as Xbox is in, where they have to wait until all of these deals are done. So it could be sometime in 2023 before Steam players even get to touch this game. Will this change people's perspective on to go in buy this game on the Epic Store, or do you think that PC gamers are going to wait, especially looking at the price point for $70 now?
Oh, I think PC gamers will definitely wait.
Absolutely.
This whole situation, I think you can slap it on that gif of Thanos being like, "I am inevitable." You can slap a $70 price. You can slap that $70 right on his face, and because that shit's happening. No matter what no matter how much we push back on it, it's happening. I mean, these developers are touting about how much they want to make more money, and it's understandable. I think really the only company that's probably going to hold out till the very end is probably going to be Xbox in terms of their exclusives and stuff, simply for the fact that they have Game Pass and they put all their exclusives on Game Pass. So I think they'll be the ones to be like, well, we can wait, but I think it'll definitely come for them too, where it'll be $70, and I think gamers just need to get used to that. That these games are, we've been touting for years that these games are way more to make cost way more to make than even some of these big budget movies. I mean, some of these games cost more than the Avengers movies have even made cost to make. So, it's just coming down to the pipeline of are people going to be willing to pay this, or are they just going to completely dip out of gaming? And I don't see anybody really dipping out of gaming because of the $10 price hike. I think gamers will still pay that, especially if it's something that you really want to play. I'm pretty sure when Forspoken comes out and at $70, people are gonna buy it. People are gonna play it. I know you mentioned the whole Forspoken being a 2 year exclusivity to PlayStation and PC. That's that's steep, man. I looked at that and I was like, because I saw it in the DM, and I was just like, in the GRG DM, and I was like, what? And I looked at the picture and I was like, oh shit, it is 2 years. Oh my gosh, man, that's a long time if you think about it.
Oh yeah, that's a
Because
long time in gamer life.
i-
Yeah, for
in
real.
gamer
10
life,
years.
that is a long
Yeah,
time.
gamer
Yeah.
yes.
And I think it's I think at that point you're forcing people to either get this game on PC or get it on PlayStation. Of course there'll always be those people that will hold out until they can get it on their preferred console. But I think for the majority of gamers out there, they're like, well, if I want to play this game, I have to either get it on PC or get it on PlayStation. You know, um, which is crazy because you notice that they put it in the fine print. They didn't really like kind of advertise it as being a 2 year
No.
exclusive.
No.
They're just kind of like
No.
they're kind of like they kind of sweep that kind of thing under the rug because they want people to buy these games. They want people to buy these games on the consoles or the platforms that they're coming to, instead of having people, you know, um, wait for a game. I personally will never wait for a game. I will never wait a year for something, because if it's something I really want to play, I'm not going to wait a year because I just don't know what's coming out the following year. I don't know what's coming out at the time of when that game decides to come out on my preferred platform. Like if let's just say if Psychonauts 2 was only on Xbox for a year, oh, I would have totally just played it on Xbox, Like that's just the kind of person I am. That's the kind of gamer I am. I won't wait because I don't know what's coming around the corner that I might be having interest in, But I mean the whole 70 thing it's inevitable, man. It's coming. Man, it's coming quicker than I think a lot of people really want it to be.
Right. And that's one thing that we've talked about. Well, we talked about on Next, we talked about it on GRG years ago when it first started to be rumored. And I was, and I'm looking at it from two different perspectives. One is that, because I'm looking at people like Fonz and others like, no, the gaming industry is the biggest industry in entertainment. How is it that these games make so much money, but then yet they're asking for more money? But then it's just like what you were saying earlier, which I understand as well, talking with Don and other developers and things like that, is that the cost is crazy. And on top of that, like now you're going with likeness. You could go and just try to hire some people that are good at putting on a mocap suit, and then you can.
You're hiring top actors.
Top
to
actors
do
now.
These games. I mean, look at what's her name? I forgot her name. She's in the new Suicide Squad game. She was in yes, Deborah Wilson. Look at her. She is on another level when it comes to she's a great actress, and her performances in games, it's just like it's blowing like any other mocap that was done in the past away. Like, I mean, she's just doing so many things and so many really good projects too. So it's like these people are getting more prevalent actors, people that people know them. Maybe not so much do they know them in terms of like like a lot of big name budget movies, but some of these people that we've seen like in shows or we've seen in different like in backgrounds and things like that, in not backgrounds, more like not backgrounds, but side characters, in movies and stuff. So they're going for those kind of people, but those people got to get paid too.
Right. And that's another point of this, that it I was thinking that it was going to happen a little bit later, right? But Sony, they jumped forward, right? Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy how Xbox has gone another direction. They're still getting their money from you because of Game Pass and doing a subscription. Sony just saying, look, man, we're just going to hit you over the head with $70. Now, it looks a lot better coming from Xbox because you don't feel like you're getting hit over the head either. Like, Sony is just doing it, but Sony is just over here just like, look, man, there is no need to just cut corners. We have to charge $70 if you want these titles to be bigger and better. And now to see Square Enix to do this to the PC base, it's pretty crazy. So, all right, Sir X-Man, what is your thought about this? I mean, is it for you to sit here, and are you a person that's going to wait, or if it is a game that you just really want? Let's say for instance, like, it's not a Square Enix game, but let's just say I know that you love Shadow Warriors, right? Shadow Warriors.
Oh yeah, I'll pay $200 for a new Shadow Warrior.
Okay, well then there you go. So if it's $70, no question.
Remember
right?
when we grew up, K-Mega playing game? These games, even if it's $70, it's still way cheap, because the games we were buying back then were way above the cost of living.
Some games, yes, no doubt, especially Japanese games. Japanese games back in those days were hundreds of dollars.
I got my Japanese games for my Sega Saturn.
Oh man, yeah,
and my Dreamcast, and they pretty much cost me.
You go
double.
back further than that. You go back further than that. To me, to go ask my mom when Nintendo first came out, and me want to try to play my very first.
I remember that one. How much it cost?
Yeah, when I tried to, I was like,
$90.
It was $90 to $140 at Toys R Us for a JRPG.
People made way less back then than they do now. Way less.
More. That's why I didn't play my JRPGs until when PlayStation came out, because those games were just too expensive,
it's too ridiculous
at those times. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's cool, bro. I'm cool. But as I said, so for me and us in the past generation, it really is not a big deal. We've seen way higher games than that. If you like it, you're gonna get it, no matter what the price is. Like K-Mega, he got the Battlefield Deluxe Edition. That was his choice. Yeah, didn't you get it? You said you paid $120 for it, remember?
110. Yeah, 110.
Right, 110. Yeah, with the Game Pass discount. Yeah. So I mean, if you want it, you're gonna get it. If you ain't got the money, you're just gonna have to wait, build up the money, or get Game Pass until wait till it comes later. I mean, I hate to say it, but as long as I've been playing games, I've never seen a better deal than what Game Pass is offering. And if Square Enix wants to offer this, remember, they work with Microsoft, and a lot of their games are on the console. So if they're gonna start charging that kind of money for them games, remember, if you buy it and if the game comes to Game Pass and you want to buy it for a short time, you're going to get a discount from Microsoft. So wait till then. Or Steam. Steam always has a discount if you can't afford it. What a lot of people are doing is they're waiting for those sales, because a lot of times those sales come a lot faster than they used to. It would take about a year back in the day to get a game that was under full price. Now it's what, about 2-3 months, and then they go on sale. K-Mega.
Yeah. Shit. Sometimes if the game isn't selling well, like,
oh yeah, you're gonna see it,
or if it's not meeting expectations, like I seen Call of Duty Vanguard already on sale.
I saw that price drop.
Right,
I saw it for $19.
Right now, I seen it for $47 for the deluxe edition. I'm like, yo, but I'm still not getting it. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen the disc on sale for $20, dude.
Bro, that's nuts. But okay, continue.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm used to high price games. That don't mean I like paying it, but compared to what I had to pay back then for a cartridge game and a disc game, I'm not mad about what's happening right now. So I mean, it is what it's gonna be. We got lucky for a long period of time. Mm-hmm. A lot of new people aren't used to those those prices being that high. Those are the ones that are mostly complaining. Right. This generation, we can afford it. We might not like it, but we can afford it because we're used to worse. That's it.
All right. And Dragonheart Yobi, listen, it is not a command, but it's a must. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's the last show of the year. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching out to you. You know what I'm saying? So it is happening. You know what I'm saying?
You do as you told, Yobi. You do as you told.
See, no, I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing it. Yobi's a grown ass
man.
I
ain't came from that. Me. He know that. He know me.
But you know what I'm saying?
Damn, you almost fell right into that thing. Holy shit.
Yeah. But it must be done. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have my.
Are you on a ghost again? Would you stay off the ghost, K-Mega?
Bro, listen, bro, the ghost.
I need a ghost. I need a ghost.
Bro, I gotta get the ghost.
Bro,
did you not see? Did you not see all these enemies? Like shit, I gotta get down, bro. I gotta get down.
Fell off.
Right? Yeah, because I was trying to do some maneuvering because you know what I'm saying. Listen, I do not fraud the public with my gameplay. Listen, no, I'm over here fighting. I'm playing on heroic.
How many times am I watching this and you've died?
I only died once.
Come on, bro.
Only died once.
No.
Only died once.
No.
Only died once.
No.
Only died once.
No.
Only died once. You only see died once.
Yeah, it was only once. It was only one so far.
I don't believe it.
That's one thing I
do not fraud the public with gameplay. Yes, sir.
That's one thing. I'm looking at the gameplay, and that's one thing I like about this new Halo.
We'll talk about this.
And I'm just saying one part. It lets you know exactly where you want to go when you do that thing. It's so much better than the other ones. I like that.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay, I'm done.
D. Here we go. All right. So to finish us off on this topic, I still have something that I want to kind of add with it, but given your thoughts on it, I don't know how much of a PC player you are, so that's why I was waiting to get last. But I know you have a special talent on giving information that taps into the gaming sphere. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how gamers think that don't pay attention to these type of things. So what is your initial thoughts when you hear about PC gaming going $70, PlayStation, they're doing their first party titles at $70. Do you have a fear that Xbox is eventually going to bend the knee and go ahead and do $70, or do you think that Xbox is going to hold serve? And would it be something, if you were into PC gaming, would you go ahead and buy a game that's already been out for going on 2 years now, a game on PC for $70?
That's a lot of questions, Lord.
Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow.
I'm gonna say what I said. With most PC situations, PC folk get the short end of the stick a lot of times, and I don't understand why. And that's just somebody who doesn't really do PC gaming, whether it's ports being trash, waiting, not getting next gen components, even though it's PC and it's always compatible because it's PC. I'm not sure why they keep getting the short end of the stick, to be honest. Um, that being said, I'm gonna say the same thing I said at the beginning of this generation. I'm ambivalent about games being $70. It's been a long time since the price has changed, but where the duality of my feeling comes from is that, like Six said, the people that are like, yes, let's charge you $70 are the greediest ones. It started with Madden, it started with 2K. That's who were like, hey, we're going to start charging you $70. The greediest ones were asking for the most money. And I feel like the effort is going down as the asking price is going up. That's the only issue I have with it. Especially if I'm not mistaken, and somebody can correct me, I heard somewhere that when you develop a game, sometimes it starts as a PC game, or at least the components are very similar, and then
You're
it's
developing it on a PC, so yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to me.
Never did. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense why they would do that. I don't think Xbox is going to do it anytime soon. I think when their hand is forced, but I don't think that's right now. I feel like Xbox is still in step parent mode, where they're pretty much doing anything to appease their fans and have a pleasant experience. After the 8-hour increase of Xbox Live Gold last year, I think they're treading lightly. I think they're keeping their ear to Twitter, Instagram, all of those things, and seeing how gamers react to it. Similar to Ubisoft introducing that court shit and taking the video down because it was trash about the NFTs. I feel like they're just kind of keeping their eye on it. I don't think they're going to do it anytime soon. I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going to. As far as a game coming and paying $70 for it, y'all know me. I'm all about the deal. I'm gonna find some kind of way where I'm not paying full price for it, especially 70. Because the thing with paying for games is that people don't think about is that if a game is 70, that means after tax you're looking at $75 to $77, and that's just America. Because $70 for us, I think for Canadians is like 90. And I think it's like 100 and something for Australians. So it's affecting everybody. It's not just us. And I feel like gamers these days are a little more deliberate in their spending, if that makes sense. Because, nobody wants to spend $70 and then it's just like, oh, I don't like this game. And, things of that nature. It's not like the good old days when GameStop wasn't, me, I'm sorry to say, but it was easier back then. You could spend $100, get a butt ton of games you didn't like, it trade it in, get a good value for it. Like, those days are kind of gone. So I feel like people are more hesitant and taking advantage of services like Game Pass, Black Friday deals, things of that nature. So I feel like PC people, they have to be patient because a lot of things don't come to them very quickly. And what comes to mind is like Red Dead, I think, took a year. Grand Theft 5 took whatever the hell it took. Batman Arkham Knight came the same time, but it was trash. So they had to wait for a fix it. So I feel like to really be a PC gamer, you have to have patience. There's no way you can.
There is one more thing. I didn't mean to interrupt you, young lady.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is one more thing I did forget to mention. PC gamers have the ability to go get CD keys at a cheaper price. So, even though it's full price, if they wait about 3 weeks, they can get the CD key for like almost half price or 2/3 of the price that the game was originally. Just enter that code. Because I go to G2, and they'll automatically, when I buy it, they'll automatically attach it
I got
to
burned 3 times with some games.
I never got burned with them, though.
I got burned.
But they'll send me the code. It'll go right to my Steam account, and the game uploads right then and there. I just had the code go directly to Steam. And I'm good. Yeah.
That's the other thing that I feel is such a dick move. I'm sorry. The fact that you can't buy games digitally third party with Sony is it's a bummer for me. Like I've purchased games digitally on Amazon for stupid cheap. I got Titanfall 2
Oh
for
yeah,
like
games. Yep.
$2.99. You can't do that with Sony. If you want
They
it
won't acknowledge
digitally,
it over there?
mm,
I didn't know they didn't acknowledge digital codes over there.
no, so you can't. I found this out when I worked at GameStop because um
Fiber.
so okay,
I heard
long
about
story
that part.
long story short, if you have like the membership, you get $5 every month. So I can't find anything for $5, so I just buy the Xbox Live currency every month. So when I was working there, they're like, "Yeah, if you want PSN cards, you have to get it physically." And I asked my boss, like, "Why is it that we can do Xbox cards and Steam cards, but we can't do PlayStation?" And she said, "Sony does it, so you cannot buy digital game codes or PSN codes directly from the you have to get either a card or buy it from them. So that's why you can't buy a game code for a Sony game. You have to either buy it directly from Sony or buy the discs. And a lot of things these days, especially things going more digital, we have digital consoles now. I'm like, damn, I really like having digital, but I don't want to be forced to only get it from Sony because I don't know if y'all knew, but the Division One was like $50 up until like a year ago, and I'm like, it's the first Division. Like, I can find it for $3 over here. You know what I mean? So, I think, long story short, I think PC gamers will wait because they just have the patience of saints. Because
they got so many other games to play too. So
listen, them Steam sales, I'm saying. So
now you see the
the Steam sale. You make sure you got about $400 to hold.
Console is slowly moving in that same direction.
Well, it has been, and that's the one point that I do want to make, though, is that I do agree but the problem is with that is that the Steam sales, this isn't going to be on Steam for a year. So that's
why they're doing it.
This is why they're going to do it now. And you know what I think that Epic will do at the end when the game is about to be available for Steam they'll let it go for free at the end of the year.
Drop the price.
Or they'll drop it to $10 or $15.
No. I think what Epic will do is to go ahead and drop that game for free at the end of their contract. And before it drops to Steam, before people will pay anything, so they can entice Steam gamers to go and invest into Steam. I think that's the bottom line of what Epic is going to do.
That water's beautiful, bro.
Right, bro.
That water is gorgeous.
Bro. Let me tell you, that Far Cry 6.
I know. I'm looking at it.
Did not get enough. Not get enough credit.
I can't believe he didn't get the actor award.
Bro,
for
we're gonna talk about that here a little bit later. But then we got a couple of things we got to talk about before we get into the VGAs. But yeah, this Far Cry 6, I just have to show some of this stuff. Like I'm like, what's going on here?
That's Sea of Thieves water, dude.
Bro. Far Cry 6 is impeccable. It is a fantastic game. But anyway, back to my point to reel it in. The one problem that I do have, and it's not really a problem, but I understand now why Phil Spencer do not like the method of what Sony is doing right now, or even Epic, right? Like Epic, because Sony and Epic are in cahoots together in sense of that they got a partnership. Now it's a small partnership, but it is a partnership nevertheless, and so. It's problematic to me. Like, listen, I understand that Sony is not a big conglomerate like Microsoft, so they don't have bread like that, right? But it is, to me, and this is for anybody to jump in, so please let me know if you feel that I'm wrong or right or whatever. But I just find it, I do feel that this is disgusting. The way Sony is doing this. And now and this is something that me and Don talked about on Devin the Gamer this week, which what I have a fear of, which a lot of gamers who are ignorant, me included back in those days when PlayStation first dropped their content, we thought all of those games were exclusive to PlayStation, but they were just marketing deals. Like Tekken, when Tekken first dropped on PlayStation and stayed on PlayStation until PlayStation 5? Or no, PlayStation 6, actually.
PlayStation 3.
Three. Yeah.
I'm sorry, PlayStation 3, but I'm over here thinking, I'm a monster stuff. Tekken 6. That was the first,
Tekken 6 cross. Yeah,
that was the first Tekken that came over that came over to Xbox. I'm sorry, but PlayStation 3 was the very first console to relinquish Tekken, and when you heard Tekken, you thought that Tekken was synonymous with PlayStation. Because of its, because that's where Tekken was. Before I even seen Tekken at the arcades, it was on PlayStation first.
That's what Tomb Raider was too, PlayStation.
And the arcade machines were on PlayStations anyway.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Street Fighter EX, Bloody Roar, all of that.
SSX.
SSX, yeah. All, like, and then all we thought at that time was that PlayStation had all these titles. Tabal, the list goes on, right? But all these was marketing deals that and then since they were the market leader and they dominated so much that nobody questioned it. Now that people that are content creators and we try to look into this and we got people that looks into it and blah 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 per se, but whatever. The point of the matter is now when you look at it, it's ugly. It's really ugly. And now I understand, because I was kind of tripping and feel for him saying, I don't like this holding a game for a year or two and then letting it to go onto another platform. I just don't agree with it. And of course, fanboys on the Xbox, they would jump crazy and like, Phil is right. No, I'm like, no, Phil, you gotta give me a little bit more than this. Now coming back to understand what Phil Spencer meant at that time, when you think about it, it is grimy. This game is supposed to be a multi-plat. And yeah, PlayStation paid for the money. Paid for the game, like Forspoken and for Final Fantasy 16 and for Final Fantasy 7 to become exclusive. But it's not truly exclusive because this game is going to come out. And listen, I understand they don't got the bag like Microsoft, but damn, if you want that title that bad to hold it, how about you just go ahead and buy that franchise? Tell Square Enix, I want Final Fantasy to be exclusively on PlayStation only. Here's the bag.
They ain't got that kind of money.
Yeah, they got money.
They got money, but not that kind of money.
They got money. Man, what's going on here? Why is my
Well, this shows that it's not just about money then, because Microsoft has more, and yet they still choose to be with Sony.
Because they would rather, if Sony does that, then they would see the giant wake up and say, oh, you want to do that now? Because that's their mindset now. You want to do that? All right, we're going to snatch some big boys for ourselves. Let's see how you like it.
See, I feel different. I think it's good because make them Xbox players wait. Make them wait.
Shut up! You're an Xbox guy now. You faker.
No. You're not a faker. No. Okay, so let us wait. Listen, that is the whole purpose of it. Like what Sony is doing is perfectly fine. It is grimy, but it is. But to me, it's like I understand now what Phil was saying, because just think about this. Instead of Phil buying ZeniMax and then they're just doing a deal to where they hold all these games from ZeniMax for 2 years or more, that is just disgusting. Like, buy the franchise or let the franchise get out there. Now, look, your exclusivity, I'm not tripping about that. But 2 years for Spoken and also for Final Fantasy 16, and then now. This is another thing that makes this crazy because, look, I'm still sticking to what I said. Final Fantasy VII Remake will eventually come to Xbox, but I was thinking it was going to come this year, but now because Epic Games has a year exclusivity, I don't think this game is not going to come out until 3 years later.
By that time, ain't no one gonna care.
Nobody's gonna care, and that's the point of it. And to me, it's like, damn. And then so it has to. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see. By that time, I could go out right now and grab a PS4
and
get this for Final Fantasy VII, and probably pay less than about $120 and play Final Fantasy VII.
Well, that's the whole point. Buy a PlayStation 4, and then you get it for a cheaper price if you don't have a PC, or if you do have a PC.
What it is forcing people to go towards a certain platform instead of.
It's always been like that, though.
Instead of having them choose where they want to play, which is understandable in the mindset of Sony needs that because of the fact that they're like, well, I think they like the competition. They like the.
I think they're more scared, Dark, than anything.
I don't think it's scared, dude. I don't think it's anything about
business-wise scared, not a person, but business-wise.
I don't think they're scared business-wise. I think they want to have people come to their platform and stay on their platform, and they still look at Xbox and Microsoft as the little dog on the gaming market, even though they're not anymore,
Microsoft don't look at them as competition. They still look at Google and Amazon more.
Well, but it's understandable because Google and Amazon are making, Stadia and Luna.
They're more worried about the cloud service.
In the gaming space, though, Square Enix is more familiar with PlayStation. I mean, let's be honest there, and that the fact that they have a longer relationship with Sony and Nintendo,
but Nintendo with Sony, especially,
yeah. Well, no, more PlayStation.
They go back to the old days of the NES. So I mean, they had a really great relationship with Nintendo, and then when the PlayStation
Nintendo used to own a chunk of them. But
Nintendo. What happened was Nintendo never upgraded like everybody else,
right?
So they could push out better games like Sony was with their display. With the disc game. Look, Sony still one disc game. What was that? What was that game? 2. The Wii. I don't count the Wii U because it's just another version of the Wii. The Wii and I had one, the GameCube. Those are the only 2 disc games systems they've ever had. Other than that, everything else has been cartridge.
Well, look at the Nintendo Switch. It's proving that cartridges aren't the right way to go because of the fact that you see some of these games on the Switch and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Download half the game anyway.
No. But let me go ahead.
And then you have to
download
the game.
Like Bats 130 says $70. He's saying $70 is Gamers Revolution, but anyway, it's not going to be a revolution because gamers are going to deal it. But I'm trying to go back to where I seen where I think somebody said from a different country. I thought it was Canada or Australia, whatever. They said, Canadians. Yeah, it said it was like 102. Yeah, there it goes. Viper XT. He says $102 in Ontario after tax. See, that's where
I heard 105 for Mag and Nukem.
But see, this is the thing, right?
It's always been high up there.
Here's gonna be one thing that's gonna piss people off. Here in California, we don't pay taxes on our digital content, so we get the games for $70.
What up, Ram?
Do you pay tax on Amazon purchases?
We pay taxes on Amazon purchases if they're non-digital. So if anything that's physical, we pay taxes on. But
if it's physical in Oklahoma and in Memphis, I'm sure we pay taxes.
Memphis, I gotta pay taxes on digital.
Yeah, no, in Oklahoma we gotta pay taxes for either if it's digital or not. But the situation is that it's cheaper here than it is in California. So that's
to buy it physically,
to buy it So it is, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, right? Like the whole point of this is that, like, that's the reason why I wanted to talk about it. It was because it is problematic overall, and Square Enix is going for the bag, which, okay, fine. But I feel Forspoken is going to suffer behind it. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you sit there, like, for PlayStation fans, for those who care, yeah, they'll go ahead and they'll buy the $70. But PC gamers aren't going to pay that $70 like that. We'll
find ways around it.
They'll find ways around it. And for console gamers on PlayStation, this is my opinion. And Dark, please tell me if I'm wrong or not. Even though I used to be a diehard PlayStation guy, but for me, I look for deals. And for people who, yeah, okay, this game is talked about a lot. I don't know what this is. This isn't my Call of Duty. This isn't whatever, my 2K. This isn't whatever. This game says $70. I'm not buying that shit until that shit go on sale. So for other people out there that may be interested in the game, that's going to shun them off. So when you have a PC community that's going to wait, and you do have Steam loyalists, there are Steam loyalists out there that refuse to do anything with Epic Games. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But what Epic is doing, in my opinion, and I know that they're going to drop the game for free later at the year so they can try to cut into Steam sales. What that's going to do is only empower the Steam PC gamer, because of the fact that they are charging $70. And then when they see that they can get the game for a cheaper price, or they'll wait. They don't care. They're like, the PC community just don't care. They're a different animal.
Get a key.
They'll find a key. They'll steal it. Whatever the case may be. The PC community is on a whole different animal. Gamers, though, from the PlayStation 5, this is why I feel like why Vanguard is on sale like it is because of the fact that when you have Game Pass nipping at Xbox, you got Game Pass nipping at PlayStation, the way that they're doing, like, well, I can get this, I can get that. Why is Call of Duty still $70? Fuck that. I'll play Halo. I'll play this game. I'll play that game. I'll play this. This game is in my subscription. Sony has to do something really powerful with their subscription, with this new tier system that we talked about last week, in order to get people to jump on board. Because if you want to sell copies like you want to sell them, look, Forspoken is not Final Fantasy. That is a different animal. And I just feel that, personally, from my perspective, this game might suffer because of this. PC gamers are excited about these games. They want them. But when you charge this extra $10, and I know it's only $10, but that just still kind of feels like, yeah, no, you're trying to get me. So I don't know.
For them, it's definitely nickel and diming.
Yeah, it's nickel and diming.
For us console gamers, we're kind of like more like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because
you can do
there's console games that are like that.
You can use digital codes with the Xbox too. I mean, you can find a cheap discount called 25-digit code and put it in your Xbox, and it'll launch the game. You can't do that with PlayStation.
Yeah, you can't do that with PlayStation. But I mean, for me, that paying that extra $10, it's really not that big of a deal for me.
All right, let me hit this for Eric, and then we're gonna move on. But Eric says, funny how some developers don't mind cutting these exclusivity deals for that instant cash, and other developers wanting their games on as many platforms in as many hands as possible. It is very different. I totally agree. It is one of those things where one studio or one publisher has got their vision of thinking how they could generate more money, and then there's another set that is looking at it from a different perspective. So I don't know, but there's a lot of money to be had. So I do feel that Forspoken is going to do good, but it's not And if I'm wrong, please let me know. But it is not going to do Final Fantasy VII remake numbers. It's not.
Oh no, definitely not. It's not even.
Oh hell no!
It's
It don't have the history,
it's
the pedigree,
it's
nothing.
yeah, it doesn't have any of that stuff, so it's not gonna
Right.
it's not gonna do
Right.
any
Yeah. And then you're gonna have
like substantial. I mean, it's gonna do some good numbers. It's just not gonna be on that level. Because it's a new IP. People are just not going to be like gravitating towards it as much as something that is.
And then you're alienating Xbox fans. And listen, Xbox fans can be very fickle, and they just won't even buy the game, even when it does eventually come to Xbox, unless it comes on Game Pass. That's the only thing that can save certain games. Final Fantasy VII is a different animal. Like, people will still buy that game on Xbox, even if it never comes to Game Pass. But for Spoken, yeah, that's a different animal.
Look what happened to Titanfall 2. Blue discs are better. It dropped like a rock on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And even PlayStation people actually didn't buy it because gamers actually stuck together on that one. Yeah. I was surprised.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was more of the fact that PlayStation gamers were like, what the fuck is Titanfall?
Right. They didn't know. So anyway, all right. So let's move on to the next topic. Let's get to it. Let's talk. Before I get into the VGAs, I want to talk about the Halo campaign. So for everybody on the panel, I don't know who's played it, who hasn't. So I'm going to go to D because I'm assuming that she has not yet. So because she has not played Halo like that. She's not the biggest Halo fan. So I'm going to go to you first. Now, for everything that you've heard and seen, and to me, what I really want to get from you is this, is to talk about the Metacritic score, right? Because now I think I've seen that it dropped to 86 because there are people out there that are bombing it. And what's funny, because when it was at 87, I've seen people say, Halo is back, baby. Wait a minute. Halo 5 was at 84. So, if you care about Metacritic that much, and you swear that Halo 5 was that bad, even though it's 84, how is Halo back if it's only 3 to now 2 points higher, and I believe it's the same rating as Halo 4? So, D, please elaborate this to me, and if you got a chance to play it, or if you thought about playing it, let me know. But at least talk to me about the whole Metacritic aspect of it, and why the hell is it that people are saying the Halo is back when it's only 2 points or 3 points higher than the previous game, which was Halo 5? Uh-oh. Is she there?
Sorry, I had the mute on my headset.
I knew it.
I knew it. But I was like, okay, go ahead.
So sorry. Yeah, I haven't gotten the chance to play it yet. I just got my expansion card, and I'm trying to move things around and get all that together because my internal was at 100%. Couldn't do shit. So, I haven't downloaded anything recently, but as far as the score is concerned, I'm gonna just keep it funky. I really don't know. I don't know what's going on as far as people and scores. It was cool to see everybody like enjoying the game and finding things and the Easter eggs, the sandwich and whatnot. But people put a lot of stake into.
And the sandwich is real, by the way.
It is? Okay,
it is real. It is real.
That's cute.
I saw you ask that question, and then I had to go and do some more digging, and I'm like, now I got to find the sandwich, but the sandwich is real. Yes.
That's funny. But I'm not sure why people put so much stock in it's cool to see your game of choice, a game that you can appreciate and enjoy, get the recognition that it needs. But if this year has taught me anything about people, especially gamers, people have short memories and they like to only support a narrative when it supports their ideals. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to kind of keep up because there was one point where anything below like a 95 was practically a flop to some people.
Right.
Whereas the game that they like gets an 82 and it's great because such and such person made it. You kind of just have to, think for yourself. I feel like I learned that a really long time ago with games, especially with this new era of gaming and the people that enjoy it alongside me, is that you have to kind of like enjoy what you want to enjoy to the point where, whatever anybody else says is just noise. It just is what it is. I'm not sure why they're nitpicking about it being 86 and why, Halo is back. I feel like Halo is back to it in a sense because, it's been, I think, 6 years since the last one came out. So I kind of get that. But using the score to kind of boast about it, I'm not really sure. But I mean, y'all know the game. People are just gonna talk because they have a mouth, as my mom used to say. And if you enjoy Halo, it's a good game for you. If you're just sitting on the sidelines, just trying to hate on something because you're not interested in it, those people are also going to exist. So, just in general, you kind of just have to know what you like and enjoy it. Because even games that I like, I'm like, I don't understand why I got that score. Like Grand Theft 4, which I know some people don't like, but that's okay, got a 10. And I don't think it's a 10. I still thoroughly enjoy it. I've put hundreds of hours into it. But even when it got a 10, I was like, I'm not sure how this got a 10. But okay. So, it is what it is. But I will play Halo at some point once I get this storage situation together. But it looks really fun, even though I'm not really a first-person shooter kind of person. I'm sure there's an easy mode that I will probably put it on because I don't know what I'm doing.
There's an easy mode.
Well, that's shit for me then because I know what the hell going on and I don't do shooters. I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. So,
but it still gets hard. But it's fun, and I still miss playing the campaign with my friends. But it's fun.
Well,
it looks like it.
Like it.
There's a lot of discussion that there's a lot of layers that we're going to unpack tonight within the whole Halo situation. But before
I want the Metacritic one. I want this one.
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna get it, but I gotta get I gotta get my smoke. I gotta get messy because
you smoke.
Well, no, hell no, no smoke. But
funny. I'm sorry.
People might think I might smoke the way that I'm going to get.
It's legal in your state, dude. You can do it.
It is, but I'm listen. But this type of smoke is toxic.
I don't do drugs, so I'm just saying.
This type of smoke that I'm going to offer is going to be toxic. Okay, so first, before I do that, DJ Berto died. So yes, the super chat works for anybody else that want to hit up that super chat. Man, thank you. I really do appreciate it. He says, "K, Halo Infinite multiplayer is solid. Halo 5's multiplayer is still the GOAT." Indeed. But okay, so let me just make this point, right? All right. So, and I'm going to go to you on this one next, Optimus, because no. I'm going to go you, Sir X-Man, and then I'll go to Slayer's going to be last on this. So this is my thought. This is my theory on this, right? Like, so I don't care about Metacritic whatsoever. I think Metacritic Meta who, right? I don't care. I never cared, right? But
I didn't even know who they were before I got in this game community.
Word, talk about it. So this is my thing, right? So I predicted that Halo Infinite was going to be anywhere from an 87 to a 90, right? Like because of the fact, nostalgia. Master Chief is back, blah, 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 per se.
And the hateism of the universe.
Well,
at Metacritic.
It really, in all actuality, other than these yahoos out here that gives it a 2.4
you can
and
say
things
trolls,
like that. The trolls. Well, I call them yahoos, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They give it a 2.4. There's people that's giving it a 0, whatever. So it's dropped to a 86. But even when it was an 87 and I'm seeing Halo is back, baby, you're a fraud. Let me tell you why you're a fraud. And I don't give a damn if you leave. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I don't give a damn if you leave or you go somewhere else to the next podcast or whatever. You're a fraud. And this is my reason. And listen, if you didn't like Halo 5, that is fine. You are entitled to your opinion. Everybody who listens to me know how I feel about Halo 5. But let me make this point. There are so many people that I've watched on Twitter in the last month that went and started playing the campaigns all over again. Some needed to
I saw that.
Yeah, some needed to,
reacquaint themselves with the story.
Others have not played Halo 5 because of the bad press that Halo 5 got. And what was crazy to me, it wasn't just 1, 2, 3, 4, it was lots of people. I mean, a lot of people that I seen on Twitter, on social media saying, I don't get why Halo 5 got the bad rap that it did. No, is it the best Halo? No, but it is. It was not as bad as people were projecting.
Nah, that story was not that bad.
And hold on, today, it was absolutely crazy to me. Somebody hit me up and say, Mega, I play Halo 5, and you can call me a fraud or whatever, but I played Halo 5 all the way through. They played it before, but they played it all the way through, and they said, look, man, I wish I had more Master Chief, but the game wasn't as bad as what other people were saying.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
That to me is where it all comes down to. Listen, the stigma of the Xbox One, the Xbox One era is going to be one of the nastiest eras ever when it comes to hate. It just is. It just is. It's what it is. And Halo 5 got it. There were people that had and listen, there's other people out there that I talk to and they say, Mega, I know that you came out and you did your video, you did other stuff and you was talking about, well, there's people that don't like Locke because Locke had more, or Team Osiris had more of a standing over Blue Team and Chief, and they have this. And I said, look, you know what I'm saying? Some of it, not all of it. I'm not going to sit here and point the finger at everybody and say that it was racially motivated. I'm not going to say that for everybody, but for some it was. I read their comments, and maybe that's why Halo Waypoint erased a lot of old comments and revamped itself. If you go back and you read some of the stuff that they were saying about hell with Locke and Team Osiris, we're saying about Palmer, the female protagonist that's in the Halo lore that goes all the way to Halo 4. There were people that were so upset about her not acknowledging Master Chief as the GOAT because she says, I thought you would be bigger. They lore rated her. They dogged her out. And I'm like, damn, are you that sensitive over a video game or a book or story lore like that because you want everybody to acknowledge Master Chief? Listen,
Not only that, they missed the point.
Yeah.
Not only that, they missed the point because the legend was so grand. Yeah. She imagined more than he was. That was the point. They didn't even get that.
And when you play Halo Infinite, you get that. When you die, the whatever that kills you talk shit about you. Say, oh, I thought he was stronger. Oh, is this?
I love the way they talk shit.
Yeah,
that's funny.
They talk shit. Is this the human's best? Are you kidding me?
But I give praise to the campaign because when you find your first, I'm not trying to give nothing away, but when you find your first dead Spartan, it's a woman. And I give them praise for that. I like the nod, He talked about her accolades and everything, that lady. Yeah.
So to me, it's like this, right? And you don't have to like Halo 5 more than I do. It's not about what I like more than you or what you like more than me. It's about the point that there's people that didn't even give the game a damn chance until they wanted to figure out. Now you got people out here saying, I didn't understand the story. It doesn't make sense. Play fucking Halo 5 and you would understand the story. There were people out there actually lying to their content, to their viewers, giving out content saying to people, this is a reboot. This is all about Chief and everything else is put aside. Wrong. This game follows months after Halo Wars 5. I'm sorry. I did the same thing like I did on next
Halo
podcast.
Wars 2.
Halo
You
Wars
did.
2. I did that right. I
Like,
caught
dang,
it,
man, you're living in the future.
So I'm tripping. But anyway, Halo Wars 2 and Halo 5.
It's like watching the beginning of a book and then going right to the end. You don't know what the heck else happens.
And what did I tell everybody? Everybody on this panel heard me say this. I said, watch. Atriox is going to see Chief. I didn't know if it was going to be at the beginning, middle, or end, but when Chief sees Atriox, his ass is going to get slid because Atriox is that dude. And what happened? What happened? Because that's what you're supposed to do with a true badass villain. And I love that. Well, right from the beginning, not because I like to see Chief get his ass whooped, I don't. But when I see him dealing with a true, strong villain, that's why I support 343 like I have for so many years, is because they are giving me storytelling that is compelling. And I don't want I don't want Master Chief to be Steven Seagal. If you watched any of those terrible movies, you would see those movies are garbage. He beats everybody's ass and don't get hurt. Okay, I know I'm ranting.
You know what they did? No, not that. You know what they did?
Steven
Seagal.
I hate those. I hate Steven Seagal movies.
They set up a Rocky moment.
Yeah.
Where Rocky lost at the end, and then he got better, and he took the guy out after the rematch.
You saw it. All you got to do is just boot in. If you ain't played Halo Infinite yet, all you got to do, and you know what? I did have to show that gameplay right in the beginning of the game. Because you know what was crazy is because right when you beat Halo 5 on Legendary, they show the same Zeta Halo ring, and they show that ring, and then next thing you know, everything is going to hell. I did not know anything about what was going on with the Affinity, but it's in the very beginning of the game, so that's not really spoiling anything. But you saw how Atriox is not nothing to play with. Like this dude is Master Chief, but he's a brute. And that was what I loved about him when Halo Wars 2 is because I'm like, this guy, this dude, this being is so on the same levels of Master Chief that I hope when they get together that you'll see Master Chief will understand I am not the baddest dude on the universe. And you know what? When you play Halo Infinite, is because I've put in about 25 hours so far. So shout out to the haters out there that's been saying that Halo is only like 6.5 hours or 8 hours, because that's bullshit. It's not. It's way.
There's always a negative to a positive on a person.
Right.
You got a plus and a minus.
If anything that I will give you that is a spoiler, if you call it a spoiler, it's only just a point. Master Chief says, look, Atriox was just better than me.
At the beginning.
No. He says that in a part in the game where he just says, look, he says, I failed. Atriox.
I hate that beam gun.
Atriox was better than me. He was stronger than me. He was more brutal than me. He was everything that I wasn't. Master Chief says it in his own words, and I love it. That's what I love 343, right? Like, I'm like, that's what I've been waiting for. Humanize this being. He is a tank. He is the baddest dude out there in the universe for human society. But there's a bad motherfucker out there, then his name is Atriox. And I want him, and I do want Chief to come back and get his revenge. But I do want Chief to understand, and this is what's setting up, because I haven't beat the game yet, to set up to like, he can't do this alone. I love it. I love it. Now, I've heard rumors about my boy Locke. Now, Slayer, I will have to say you were wrong about your assessment. You said that Locke was going to die right in the beginning of the game. He did not.
Oh, boo on you.
Cali Rex.
No. Whoa.
You said it. You said it.
I'm not saying I didn't say it. I'm not saying I didn't say it. I don't remember at all, but I'm sure it mattered to you. To me, it was a Friday. However, I'm sure has some context with that, but I'm sure if I said it, I said it. I don't honestly don't remember.
So we had a bet.
Okay,
we had a bet.
now
We had a
still
bet.
my
So I feel that our GRG brethren should be rewarded for something because of your wrong take. Now, me and Kelly Rex still have a bet going. So I still have to know, and I'll find out.
Real quick,
You know what I'm
Kay.
saying? Yes, sir.
So I was on Crossfire about a month ago, right? And I stopped everybody. It was the day which you were right after Mooch was on the show.
Yeah.
And I told everybody, hold up. You guys forget the Halo ring is a weapon. And I have a funny feeling, I told them in the thing, that they're going to try to activate the Halo ring in Halo Infinite. And what was the first thing they started talking about? Activating the ring.
What's going on, guys? Yeah, no, that's the thing. So I'm done with my rant. But
It's at the beginning, guys. I didn't spoil anything.
No, you didn't spoil anything. But the point of the matter is that my boy Six Layer, he said that we had a bet, and he said that Locke was going to die in the beginning.
In other words, buy K-Mega some
did
cupcakes,
not.
and he gonna be all right.
I don't want anything.
Wait. I vaguely remember, and I may be wrong. I don't know. I said something like, I really don't know, but if I have to pick one, I'll just pick. He's gonna die, but it wasn't that serious to me.
Yes. Now, me and Cali Rex, ours is a little bit deeper, and so we'll find out. Now, I will say this, and then I'll shut up and I'll let you guys talk. But I did fight.
Time.
I did. Yeah, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I did fight Hyperion, and I fought somebody else, and Hyperion did have some shit on his shoulder. Because I killed his bitch ass in fury and disgust because I hated him and because of the fact of the toy. I said, look, this dude's going to get this work. And I recorded it, but I was not going to show that because I know there's a lot of people out here who got a chance to play the game. But I killed Hyperion's ass. He had to die. He had to die with vengeance and hate and everything. I killed him with
the hate. Oh, shit.
Oh, that was hate. But sure enough, on his shoulder.
Did you glass the body?
Wow.
I let
somebody
him at
took your snacks,
bro. I made sure at the end, because he was tough. Let me not play with you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
He was tough. Him and his brother was tough. But I had to, but you know what? I had to put the blade in him. I want to kill him slowly, softly. It didn't really happen the way I wanted it to, because I wanted to methodically kill him with everything.
You forgot to whisper in his ear, didn't you?
I did. Because
if it was Gears, you would have changed.
But
if it was Gears, you would have chainsawed him and stomped on his head, wouldn't you?
But he did have a helmet on his shoulder, and it made me nervous. And I looked at it thoroughly, up and down.
You made sure it wasn't blue.
But no, it was gray and blue. It was damaged, and it made me nervous. But I don't know anything else at that point. So I could be wrong in my bet. Locke could have got fucked up.
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay, Megan.
But
our turn.
Yes. But I'm done. But the whole point of this, I'm saying, play the damn games. Stop trying to listen to critics. Stop trying to listen to what I understand. There's a lot of people out here that you might want to love and listen to, but just play the games for yourself and for you to get that experience. If you didn't like Halo 5, if you didn't like Halo 4, fine, if you played them. But if you only played a section of those games and never got the full experience of what those games could offer, then shame on you for going out there in public and trying to talk down on that game and then trying to come out now and say Halo 5 is back over a 2 or 3 point Metacritic score. That's abysmal. That's
okay.
garbage.
Now,
yes.
Now, okay.
Yes.
Well,
Go ahead.
This is on. I'm going to our original topic before you went there. All right.
Well, I had to get it out.
I know you had to explain yourself, bro. I know. I feel you, man.
My pain is real.
Take it.
My 343 pain is real. I'm about to pour some in this cup. That's my pain right here.
Oh Lord, sippy cup. But
oh boy.
Good night, juice.
You stupid. But I've been playing games a long time. We all know this. I've played games that they rated like a 3 out of 10. And I enjoyed the game. We've all had games
X-Men's
where
been playing
we've done
games since the
no.
medieval days.
I've been playing. I still got an Atari, dude. I have an Atari 2600 with 100 and something games still to this
I do
day.
too. I don't have the games
Yeah.
anymore, but I do got the Atari.
I got the games. If you ever want me to send you some,
Wood,
I'll send them your way.
I need you a wood grain. I
you
got
get-
that wood grain, baby. That wood
Oh
grain.
yeah, me too.
Old as fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the oldest person probably in the community. But
no, Cerebral's older than you, I thought.
I'm older than Cerebral by 4 months.
Okay, what about
Good.
hold on. How old is how old is old dude that's sick right now? And everybody, if you want to go support Optimus Code, go do that. He has
Older than Optimus. Yeah, I know.
Are you older than him? Go
56.
support Optimus Code. He's 56. Okay, all right. So go support him.
I'm 56.
Okay.
He's like 54.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Well,
But
go
back to
support
my-
Optimus Code.
Yeah.
Too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I heard that he's not doing very well, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
God bless him though. So go ahead.
Yeah, go send him a shout out. I got him. If you got him, follow him on. Just go to Twitter and send him a get well or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I've played games that people said were bad, and they ended up being good to me.
Mhm.
I ended up enjoying it. And a lot of times, and you've seen it, K-Mega, if a game is hard to figure out, you know, especially if it's a puzzle game, a lot of people give it a bad rating just because they don't want to take the time to think about what you got to do.
Yeah.
I've seen that. We've all seen that. But that doesn't make the game not enjoyable. You just have to take the game for as it is. If it's a bad game, I won't play it again. I've had done that with games too. But a lot of people want it fast and quick. You know what I'm saying? They want to play because the backlog is so large on all consoles, all systems, even PC, you know, that you get because you have so many games. So a lot of people want to look for the fastest thing to get through because there's always something that's going to come up next real fast, you know? And so if they can't get to it quick because it's giving them a major struggle, they'll move on and say, yeah, that game was, I'll give it a 4 out of 10 or something like that. But they never take the time to finish it and get the full experience that the publisher or the creator had in the direction of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people tell me that, what game is that PlayStation had? The walking simulator Postman game?
Death Stranding.
Detroit or
Death
Death
Stranding.
Stranding?
Thank you.
Okay.
Death Stranding. He
Death
said
Stranding.
Detroit. No, you told me Detroit was good, so I'm going to get that
Detroit
when I
was
get it.
excellent.
Detroit's
It should have won more awards. In my
But
opinion.
everyone that got to the end of that game said it was Death Stranding was really, really good. They said it was. But a lot of people knocked it because they didn't have the mindset to go through the things you had to go through. I know people that didn't even finish The Witcher and just went on word of mouth saying, "Oh, it's good, it's awesome." And I was like, "Did you beat it?" Well, no, but it's good, it's awesome. You said. I know people that beat Skyrim, and I didn't like Skyrim because that was too big a world, and I didn't have the time to get through it. But am I going to say I didn't get a chance to get?
I haven't beat Skyrim. Have you beat Skyrim?
I ain't never played Skyrim in my life.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played about 3 hours in Skyrim. That's it.
It was a good game. You could tell it was going to be a good game.
Oh, yeah.
But it
just
didn't have time to put
I
in
didn't
it.
have time. That's when I was
didn't know you
working
could
like
beat
it was crazy.
Yeah, you could beat Skyrim.
Mhm.
You could beat Skyrim. It has
Oh,
a fake
hell
story.
no!
But it's like a lot of these other games out here, like The Witcher, it has a lot of side quests.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but Skyrim is really
The
good.
Witcher's worse though in terms of
The
side quests.
Witcher is
I know,
Is
right?
it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got
Lord.
a lot of side quests.
Oh,
a
hell
lot of
I know.
So comparing that to Metacritic, how many people that you really know probably that voted on Metacritic for, like, let's say The Witcher, went on word of mouth as it being good when they were voting on it and actually really beat the game?
Oh, not that many, because when I beat The Witcher 3, it was under 10%,
How many hours did it take you to beat it?
over 500.
Yikes.
Everybody
You
got
go after
quiet.
all the-
Everybody
you go
got
after the
quiet.
side quest.
Everybody
Yeah,
got
if you want to play a game that's gonna take
I
you, a whole summer, yeah, play that game.
It's more than a whole summer, dude.
I didn't even do all of the side quests in The Witcher, and I still put in about 500 hours. So yeah, no, I know.
You're the exception to the rule.
I'm the
You
exception
can
to the
give
rule.
that game a super high rating.
I
because
love
you
that
put
game
your
with
time
everything in
in.
my heart. Yeah.
But how many people will never ever put that kind of time in to beat a game?
95% of the people that I know will not.
So how
put
many
that
people
time
do
in
you
that game.
really think deserve to vote on that if you didn't get to the end of a game?
No, you make a very legitimate point. I totally agree.
I agree.
So I don't think Metacritic should exist unless people can verify that they've beat the game to give it a true evaluation. Now, on these consoles that are different than they were in the past, you do have ways to prove if someone's gotten to the end of a game. I don't care if you have to take a picture of it with your credentials to show it to you and send it into Metacritic for it to be legal, but there are ways to find out. You should not be able to vote unless you've beaten that game or at least have 90% of the story complete. There's ways to prove that. And
what does this have to do with Halo?
No, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay. I have my rant, so let them roll.
But you have some people out there sending votes in for Halo
we only got one
that
more
are negative and they've never played the game. So it's like you don't deserve to vote on Metacritic. It's the truth. And they need to implement something like that so these scores can be right and accurately account for what the game is really like. That's about it on that. But I just had to say it because it's been burning me up for a while, man.
No, you know what? That's why I went on with the long rant that I said. Like you even took it home even further. It was that like, look, man, why are you having an opinion on a game that you did not beat? Like now, if you beat Halo 5 and you hate it with all your love, with all your guts, then I can't tell you anything because you beat the game and you felt that the game was awful. But for those out there that only played a couple of levels, you know what I'm saying? You're frauds. And I just don't understand why people, even in this climate, when you got people that out here that keep talking about volcanoing, and then they out here telling people to I'm just being real, to show their credentials.
Yeah, that's what I said. Show your credentials. That's right.
And then when their credentials are shown, only 16% of your credentials on the platform you play the most is in volcanoing. I just don't get it. But I don't get it. So, Optimus, please explain.
I know, right?
I just need to know. I just need to know. What did you think about Halo so far for what you played, and the score? Like, I mean, did Halo ever leave? Like, I mean, there's only 2 to 3 points difference. What the hell what's going on here?
I mean, Halo never Halo never left.
No, they left to go to PlayStation, and then they want to come back now. That's what happened. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself, dude. It just came out. I had a small sip of alcohol, man. You know I don't drink that much. So.
Yeah.
That's his drink. It's a Pikachu. Anyway, go ahead.
Pikachu sippy cup. That's what he's got.
Sippy cup. Go ahead.
Midnight is way
whatever. Okay, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Volcanoing.
All right, I'm going to
volcanoing. I am enjoying what I'm playing of Halo. I feel like there are things that are missing from it. But in terms of
I'm laughing at D. She said I had to go mute because he's over there cracking up. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just feel like it's there's just something, I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it. And there's something missing from it that I'm just it's just I don't know what it is, man.
Hey, Dirk, can I ask you something on this same topic?
Yeah,
At least,
go ahead.
are you impressed though that at least the game is not broken like a lot of games that have been coming out?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm absolutely impressed with the gameplay and the way that everything works in the semi-open. I think are some of the missions repetitive? Yeah, but I mean that's side quests. Side quests have always been kind of repetitive in a way. The only game that to ever really not had that repetitiveness was The Witcher, and you haven't seen it since then. So, I mean, you kind of saw it with Cyberpunk, but even then, there was moments where it was like, oh yeah, it's pretty kind of repetitive. It's just I feel like story wise, there's things missing from it, and that's just because I didn't finish Halo 5. And K-Meg is gonna call me a fraud.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Nah, but I told Dirk I'd play the campaign with him real quick so he can get to know it. Just let me know, dude.
I just feel like Halo 5, it just didn't hit me. But this one is actually, this one I'm liking. I'm liking it. It's just that I don't know what it is and what's missing from it. Honestly, like I'm already like 15 hours into it, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I mean, honestly, I would say it's probably one of my favorite games I've played this year. But there's just
wait a minute. Repeat that. We need to make a sound bite out of that.
Go ahead. Say it again.
I said it's probably one of my favorite games that I've played this year.
And what game is that? What game is that you're talking about, sir?
That's Halo.
Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, go ahead, man.
No, something's very right.
No, hold on. Let me read this super chat from 108 Dragons. In the house. Thank you, brother. Tell your daughter happy birthday. He said, "What's good? How about those in-game graphics? Hellblade 2." We will talk about that's going to be our last topic. We're just going to get out of here because I gotta play me some damn more Halo. I'm playing on more Halo. I'm going to be done with Halo this weekend. That's how much I've been going in. I'm 25 hours in. I'm about to wrap this shit up. But anyway, so I can try to get my weekly challenges on so I can get this skin for the multiplayer. Anyway, 108 Dragons in the house. Hold on. We can't do 108 unless we do what we do. Where is it at? See, I'm tripping. Oh man, I'm slipping. There we go. Brooklyn. All right. He says, "What's good? How about those in-game graphics? Hellblade 2 and Halo is life. Shout out to all the frauds out there making Halo fail. Halo will fail videos. Facts." Yes.
Yeah, I never wanted Halo to fail or even thought of it failing ever. I was hoping for a better game than Halo 5, and that's what I got. I personally didn't like Halo 5 for the simple fact that I'm so used to playing as Chief. Like, I know a lot of people love, I know you love Spartan Locke, K-Mega, which is understandable, like, I get that. But it's just, for me, like, John 117 has always been Halo to me, and when they bring in new characters, it's hard for me to be like,
you actually do play as Chief in part of the game.
I know you do. I know I played it. I played it enough to know. I mean, I've gotten pretty close to the end.
The end was good though. You need to get to the end.
I just don't have any interest in playing and going back and playing it. And
yeah, that's why he asked me for to what happened. Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem.
But you know what? Honestly, I don't even need that, dude. I just went on to I think they had a Gaming Bolt. They did they did a replay on like almost a 2-hour thing of Halo and its lore and everything. So I just watched that, and I'm getting the gist of what's going on. And it's graphically, I think it could have been better. I mean, I'm not gonna really say that that's a huge gripe or anything, but I understand why it's not, because of the fact of it being semi-open world. You know, the game looks, you know, it's a bigger Halo. You know, small in any capacity. I don't. There's one thing I don't like, and it's not even a big gripe or anything. It's the vehicles. When
Yeah.
I'm driving,
Yeah.
I'm always hitting a fucking rock, dude, and it bothers the shit out of me. And I hate it. I hate that. So I just walk everywhere. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna walk. I'm not even gonna deal with that stuff. And it's a good game, man. I mean, honestly, I think if it would have came out in October or something like that, this would have definitely been up for Game of the Year for sure. Would it have won? Who knows? We don't know. We don't know because we got it in December. So, but yeah, it would have definitely competed with some of these games, because I think there was a lot of games this year that just were. We'll get into it.
Yeah,
we're not even onto the game.
Yeah, we're not on the Game Awards yet, but we'll definitely talk about it. Okay, all right. Let me get to these super chats. You know what I'm saying? The Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell, he said, "Is it the PlayStation logo?" Okay.
Oh my God! Yeah, he did.
The disrespect. And then Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said, "Is it the PlayStation logo?" All right. Disrespect is real. But anyway. No, and he said, the Friendly Neighborhood Blue Shell came back again. He said, hopefully I can, and I know he was going to say, play K-Mega sometime in Halo after finishing the campaign. Failed to earlier this week. Yes, you did hit me up this week a couple of times. And I was busy doing some other things or whatever, or even playing the campaign, or if I was involved in doing some other stuff. Because listen, the one thing you got to know about me, and everybody knows this if they know me.
You're a completionist.
No.
Oh, okay.
If you catch me in a certain time, and the Xbox will be on, right? Like the Xbox will be on. The game might not be. The game might not be on. I don't let the game just roll on credits or whatever like that. But if the Xbox is on, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm playing Xbox. If you see me playing a game, then that's different, because either I'm in a party with people playing a game and I can't jump in with you, or the Xbox is on and I'm pre-upping because I'm getting ready to play some games after I watch my Rachel Maddow, my 11th Hour.
Gotta have it.
And my Joy Reid. I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
Old people love watching the news.
I love Joy
Reid.
You see her new red hair, K-Mega?
Oh, no. I'm gonna be watching it after the show tonight, and then I'm gonna jump back on Halo. But yeah, no. I gotta watch my
Rachel
send
a shout out
and my
Mega.
Joy Reid, and shout out to Brian Williams for his last episode yesterday for damn near 30 years of doing it. You know what I'm saying, on NBC.
Yeah, he's been doing it a long time.
Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying. Hopefully he do big things retiring. But you know what? Listen, I watch my news. I watch my sports thoroughly. And then there's certain shows, like when people hit me up with all different type of shows and stuff like that, I will put them in consideration. But I am a person that thoroughly watches the news.
That's why we got to get our politics show on, K-Mega.
That's why it's going to happen.
We got to do it.
Entertainment and politics. It can't just be politics, but it's entertainment and politics. So it is going to happen. But
let me send a shout out real quick, K-Mega, to G4.
Sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
G4 gave Psychonauts the Game of the Year.
It did.
Yep. Oh, you saw that too, D?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're a little crazy over there, though, ain't they?
G4 been around. Kelly Rex didn't even know what G4 was.
G4 loved that game. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
when Adam Sessler reviewed that game, you could tell he loved it.
He loved Forza Horizon 5 too.
We
still got awesome.
We still got Slayer and who else do we got? I think it's just Slayer.
Slayer left.
Yeah, Slayer's just left.
On Halo.
Slayer.
All right.
So Slayer,
I can go away for a half an hour. Go on, Slayer.
Slayer's not going to talk that long. Slayer's going to sit there and give his thoughts and then move on. All right, so Slayer, what was your initial thoughts about everything that I said, on top of the fact of about Halo and about the Metacritic score aspect of it, when people are saying that Halo is back, when it's only 2 to 3 points better than what people perceive the worst Halo, which is Halo 5, and what do you think about Halo for what you played, so forth and so forth? Because that's one thing that I have not given my thoughts about, but I was just waiting till the end, and I will be quick about it so we can get to the last topic. So, what is your thoughts, Slayer, about Halo?
Okay, about Halo. So generally about what you said, I generally agree with most of what you said. It doesn't matter. The points are a bit higher, a bit lower. Who cares? Like,
facts.
Halo 5 is the best-selling Halo of all time, and up until the other day, was the most recent one. That means it had to sell faster than any other previously to
Slip
reach that
Space
point.
Engine. Slip Space Engine, yeah.
So now
you
you
love
have
this Slip
Halo
Space Engine. You better thank Locke, Team Osiris for that, baby. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So now Infinite is here, and it's just blowing my mind. But there's one thing I want to say, that because I don't want to say too much about the game itself, right? And just ruin anything, because I'm pretty early as well anyway. But in contrast to Halo 5, because if you're a Halo veteran, right, like you played the Halo games before, it suggests you play heroic, right? Mm-hmm. And so I remember Halo 5, I did that. And I like that particularly because it required you to make use of every weapon. Every weapon had their advantages. It was like a rock, paper, scissors type of dynamic even then. But on heroic difficulty, it was damn near a requirement because you have to use so much more ammo, right? So you're gonna run out of ammo. You're gonna have to switch to other weapons you may or may not be used to using, right? And for me, that involved a lot of backtracking, so you have to use that scanning function that they brought back and modified and simplified. Thank God for that, right? To keep track of other weapons in the play space to have to be able to go back to. And after a while, I got real fed up with that and I flipped off of it. Halo Infinite, I still remember that experience with Halo 5, and with this one, I'm just playing it on normal. So I just wanted to put that out there first, man. But it's just like you guys were saying, it's tougher than you may think, and the enemies will talk that shit if they catch you slipping. Mm-hmm. I was caught slipping by a pack of eight grunts, right? Because I try to be conservative with my ammo, and if I have opportunities, I'll just melee them instead, because it's just not worth the ammo, especially if I'm up close and I pop a shot. If I pop a shot when I'm up close with them, I instantly stop and just melee. I'd rather take the damage. But when there's 8 of them, you can't really do that because they'll shred you up, even if they're just the grunts with the basic plasma pistol, So the difficulty is increased, I would say, but it's more because of the AI. They're flanking you out. They're using all those tactics and stuff that legendary difficulty was legendary for since the beginning, right? But you see more elements of that in the lower difficulties. I mean, it's to a lesser extent, because it's a lower difficulty, but you see it more. It's less about how much ammo you have to put into an enemy to take them out. It's how strategic the enemy is when you encounter them. Will they be more powerful at higher difficulties? Of course, but it's not just that. And Halo was always about that. And that's what I noticed in this one. The difficulty is more natural and realistic. But I'm real early on. I just got to the first forward operating base. I liberated the first one outside. And that's why I'd stopped playing, so I really can't say too much more about the game and the gameplay. But what I've played so far, oh my God, I'm having a great time. But the only negative I could say is that first time you see a brute and he's got that red armor on and he's coming down from an elevator or whatever, and he's smashing the doors and all that stuff, and he starts running at you. Yo, man, bloop, 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 right? And as soon as he's close by that point and you elbow him and he's on the wall, and there's a stain of red blood, and it's not your own, and you're like, the hell? Yo, I totally expected this dude to straight clap me, with the whole introduction they did, and he died like any other brute, and that was quite anticlimactic. I don't know, that resonated negatively with me. Like, I didn't like that. But anyway, Halo is just great. Who cares what Metacritic has to say?
Meta who?
I hate that stupid. Yeah, whatever. I hate that. I hate that stupid website anyway. So who cares? But
let me address Winter Soldier. He said, hats off to the people that beat the game on Legendary. But he's also said, the AI in Halo Infinite is really good. And
yes.
And then hold on.
Did you ever go against the bots? That's when you were practicing. Yeah, they're brutal too.
Yeah, like that. I'm playing on heroic, and this is how I always play Halo. I play the story mode first on heroic, so I can go through it, beat it, look, and observe. Because when you're playing it on Legendary, you don't have time to really do that. So I play it on heroic, and then I go through that. Let me just make this point. All right, so I play games a little bit differently than other people. I don't go systematically, especially the way that that Halo Infinite is constructed, because it's more open world-ish. So I go all the way as far as I can possibly go and then come back. Because how I play games is that I want to get the best shit first, and then when I'm going to where the areas are that are easier, I cream puff them. Like I just get rid of them and they're done, right? So that's what I did. Well, K-Mega got into a situation that wasn't that made me look like a fool, because I thought this elite that was in this torment area where he tormented humans, and I didn't have no sensor, I didn't have no shield, I didn't have nothing but the original one. What is that? The grappling hook. Let me tell you.
Oh shit, dude.
Let me tell you how bad that was for me. And I'm playing on heroic. Not only he probably beat me about 40 times. I was so frustrated, I almost wanted to give up. But the only reason why I beat him is because I went straight bitch and threw as many canisters and jumped up into a little slot and he was like, "Come down, you coward! Fight me like a warrior." No, bruh. Out of bullets. I shot you so many goddamn times. I threw all these cans at you. You're still not dead. Why are you not dead? And I can't see you, but you're talking to me. I am scared to death. It's all this smoke, and we in this room. I'm devastated.
Spoiler.
Well, listen, he's early in the game. Like he's early in the game.
Okay.
But I got lucky and I killed him. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my ass all the way back to where I came from and get to killing some easier shit. Because that bad, if I got to face bastards like that, I know I am going to be in some pain. And so that to me really gave me a sense of the game stepping to a whole nother level, right? Like, so when I say that, okay, from it, I am late adopter to the Assassin's Creed. I've been there day one for Assassin's Creed. I hated the original Assassin's Creed. I thought that was just so much of a waste of time because of the fact that it was just too slow. And I got ADHD. I cannot tolerate. I got to ride this horse, go all the way back here. I got to go all the way back there. Fuck this game. I'm out. I'm done. I can't do it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah. Where's that sound
But
clip?
the meta score was like a 9 on that game.
I said, look, no, the game, my homeboy loves that game, right? I hate that game. I never beat it. I never played another Assassin's Creed until Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Origins.
No,
after that.
no, yeah, and then Origins, and then that's what reminds me of this Halo is it is other than the Assassin's Creed Origins is way more polished because they were prepared for it. Syndicate was semi-open; they were getting ready for it, but see, I never played the other Assassin's Creed before that. I just beat it this year. The one where they were in France.
Unity?
Unity. I just beat Unity this year. Loved Unity.
That was a good one.
Loved Unity. Loved Unity. Beat the DLC and everything. Loved it.
Okay.
Unity yeah. Unity was fantastic. Is that Lemon? Is that Lemon in here?
Already know.
Yeah, he's been in here. Are you paying attention?
Man. Hell no, I ain't paying attention. I said a bunch of. Hell no. Anyway,
You know why I'm here?
what you here
Real
for?
Halo talk.
What
Real
you here
Halo
for?
talk.
What you
Real
here
Halo
for?
talk.
He about
You
to drop
hear?
that knowledge, man. That's why he in here.
You know why I'm here?
Drop knowledge. Well, hold on. I don't know what this Halo knowledge is. What your Halo knowledge is, sucker? I ain't. You know what I'm saying? What you got to tell me? What you got to tell me? Okay, so let me finish it. Right. So this is my thing with Halo. Right. Like so. I feel personally that, like what Dark said, there are moments in Halo Infinite that are absolutely beautiful. And I'm like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. Then there's times that I look at it and I'm like, yo, this shit belongs on Xbox One. You know what I'm saying? So yes.
Yeah.
That is what it is. Like when you get out there and you're in the fields and you battle and when you're not battling and you're looking at the atmosphere, the skybox looks great. Like that's old school Halo skybox, right? But then when you're looking at the ground, when you're looking at other things, and it's just like it's kind of bland. So I agree with the assessment of being an 87 to a 80 to an 89. I have no problem with that at all. What I do look at this as is like this is just the first entry for a franchise that is reassessing itself. And for you to start off like this, and especially with those cutscenes are magnificent. Magnificent. But there are still pockets in the game that still doesn't look next gen, but then there's times that's going. So when they do implement that ray tracing and other aspects of it, I feel when they drop that first DLC, we will start to see the true look of what we've been expecting with Halo Infinite to look next gen, because they still needed more time in the oven. That's my opinion. But do I still feel that the game is fantastic? Absolutely. I do feel it. Is it still better than Halo 4 story? I'm not there yet. But I do feel it's really good. So go ahead.
Next gen, real quick. Next gen ain't all about, graphics are wonderful, but sometimes next gen games also push gameplay ability too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And stuff.
That's why
the game may not look prettier than another game.
It reminds me so much of Assassin's Creed. Like other people like Bot, he hates these newer versions of Assassin's Creed. But for me,
I don't understand why.
I'm not an Assassin's Creed person, though. So.
Well, because they play more like The Witcher to me, and this is how I feel about the new.
Which is a great thing.
Right, the new Halo is that it's going into not so much. Yeah, like it's like I get your vision. You couldn't do everything that you wanted to do because of limitations, but I see it. And then when you get the beautiful cutscene on top of, you get the beautiful visuals on top of being in the open world, like, oh yeah.
That's why they gave themselves a new engine, okay?
Yes.
That's why they gave themselves a new engine.
Okay, so Lemon, go ahead. Give us your thoughts. Thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it, man.
You gotta thank me for I'm GRG all day. Stop that shit.
Man, why you sound like you talking from a damn from a telephone?
I'm on my phone, and I had to try.
No, like not from your cell phone, but you sound like you from a pay phone. I didn't know that they still made them. Why you sound like that?
Well, this, I don't want to be throwing out my numbers, but this is This is a nice one.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts?
Listen, let me say something for the record.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm getting tired of hearing the content creators, the casuals, trying to critique a game in a series they're not really into. A lot of people making videos about a game they don't even understand. Oh, Halo's making a comeback. $5.8 billion they made with Halo 5. Hashtag save lock. And I'm not even on that bandwagon. I said that because of my man K Mega. How you make a comeback and you made $5.8 billion? What comeback? What comeback? Stop the narrative. And then everybody's going out here and saying, well, I don't feel that these graphics are up to par. What PC you got? What you got out there that you know what real next gen is supposed to be? Please tell me. Because I see dudes bragging about Forza Horizon 5, and it's using last gen tech. That's not even new gen shit.
Nope.
So make up your mind. You didn't have to like Halo 5 story. But let's just be real here. What first-person game that came out when Halo 5 dropped was better than Halo 5?
Not very many.
There wasn't one. There wasn't one. You only comparing Halo to itself. Same thing with Gears.
Great point.
Because they're in a class by themselves. I'm getting tired of all this. Oh, wait a minute. Halo has to be perfect. Let me get my magnifying glass and make sure that this dude's eyelids looks proper. Do we do that with any other game?
No.
Thank you. I'm getting tired of all this goddamn
we about to get into it. So okay, all right. So thank you for giving me that point. You're not going to get away right now. I got to go right to the next topic. But for what you play with Halo, I do got to get this. What do you think about the new Halo so far?
It's absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. First of all, a lot of people talking about graphics. What you got at home, or what kind of PC you got, that's displaying something better. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you brought up a valid point. First of all, this is the first Halo where you get different abilities and you upgrade them as you play. Mm-hmm. You can't run through this shit quick.
Nope, you cannot.
You can't do it.
If people saying they run through it, that shit's on easy. How can you experience that game the way it's supposed to be played on easy? It's garbage.
Listen, I'm a Halo veteran. This is my game. I don't want to hear from you casuals about your little sideline opinions because you don't know what you're talking about. It's like when I hear people talk about Battlefield. You don't even understand Battlefield. You know what's real? Real Halo and Battlefield people see right through your review. You ain't no Battlefield player. You doing shit for clicks. Listen, man. Halo has, first of all, Halo 4, 343, first Halo. Best looking Halo ever. Master Chief Collection. You notice that's the only Halo that didn't get a next gen upgrade because it didn't goddamn need it.
All they had to do was up the resolution.
Right. Resolution don't count. But I get you, bro. Facts. They didn't change nothing with Halo 4. Halo 5, particle effects, all this disintegration.
Halo 5 looks amazing. I went through it again just recently, just less than about like a week and a half ago, and I'm like, what are people talking about? Like, this game is absolutely beautiful.
Half these dudes don't even got TVs that can even support it. But let's talk facts here. Halo 5 didn't even have HDR.
No.
That's what I be telling people. People like, what? It didn't have HDR? Yeah, it was so good looking, you thought it was HDR. So now we get to Halo 5. Do you even have any idea of the clarity on that screen? Crystal clear 4K graphics. Crystal. No sagging.
Tell this as a true fact. No other game that I've ever played, since I've been playing games, ever had that great of particle effects in it than Halo 5. ever
Facts.
I
So what I'm
played.
saying,
I
so
think
what I'm saying
maybe
is, okay, listen.
Killer
I
Instinct
know every.
is the only game that I can see that has better particle effects than Halo 5.
But I'm talking about particle effects when you
Yeah,
killing the
yeah, no,
Prometheans
no.
and
So
doing other
what I'm
things that
Halo
saying
haven't.
5
No
is
other
a
game that I've done
beautiful
ever
game.
did that.
listen.
A beautiful game.
I'm not insulting nobody, but let's just be real here. Everybody that open their mouth don't know what they talking about.
Mm-mm.
If you a real tech head and you look at Halo, you see what they doing. You can see it. I could bring up the damn Matrix demo today. I guarantee you, 99% of the people don't even understand what they're looking at.
Yeah, but that's right there. Like it's going
They
on right
don't know
now.
what
Like
to
Oh, I
do.
saw it. It's beautiful.
yeah,
That shit is
like
ridiculous.
Ain't
it's
no
nuts.
My
Nuts.
hand wasn't on the controller. I got control. Like, hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a
So
minute.
listen. So this. I'm sorry, D. I'm sorry. Go
She
ahead.
said, hold on.
No, I'm good. I was just talking about it. It's pretty.
So listen. I'm very passionate about Halo. I don't want to hear dudes talk about, yeah, the Banish is the shit. The Banish. You didn't beat Halo Wars 1 and 2.
hey,
The
and
game was not successful. Most people didn't buy Halo Wars 1 and 2 because they don't play RTS. So now when you see these people talk about the Banish, you're a fraud. I see right through you. You transparent motherfucker. You jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
You
hey, and
jellyfish.
let me tell the people out there. And you talk about well, PC, yeah, do this. Unless you have a 30 series card like me and others, a few people out there, you are not going to be able to see Halo Infinite in its true form.
Shout out to 343 for beating out the PC realm in Halo 5.
Oh, they
Infinite.
rendered it perfectly, dude. I didn't have to do
we ain't gonna
nothing.
go into this. What I'm saying is, I'm tired of these fake ass people critiquing something they don't even know how to make. Oh my God! Well, I think you know what, his eyelashes is horrible. That's my gripe. Go kill yourself. I'm tired of the bullshit.
Yeah,
You dudes out
This
Apparently
is
it's mid, y'all.
this is the perfect segue for me to get to the last topic of the night. I was going to talk about Atlus, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make a video about that here later on in the day. I mean, later on in the week. But this is my thing right here, and you know what? Listen, bro. You say Halo Infinite is mid. Stop this capping, bro.
What?
It's one of the, listen. This dude is volcanoing. That's all. Listen, Halo Infinite is showing right now. So let him fester and talk about that's mid while the people listen. So let's get on to.
Oh, let me throw a meteor in his volcano and shut him up, dude.
No.
Let me do it. I gotta do it. You know I'm about to go.
No, we gotta move on. What?
What do you expect from a Nintendo player?
Shit. Oh shit! He do got Mario on his head. Okay.
Messy.
They just sit on the little screen all day.
Let me say this. I never discredit nobody what they can't pay for, what they can afford, right? But the critiquing of a $500 million game that's gonna make that back this week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's already made it back. It already made it back. He made his money back.
But I'm just gonna say this for the record. There's one king for first party games. There's one. And it's Master Chief.
It's Halo.
Sony wish they had half of what Halo makes. Half.
I do love Master Chief getting his ass slid. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, I see it, dude.
I told you this dude Atriox was gonna slide his ass when he's Chief. I told you.
Hey, Mega, and that's the beginning of the game.
Right, I told people, stop frauding the public. I told you what Atriox was and what he can be.
Atriox is a beast.
Look at that. He just dropped your ass. He dropped your ass for the homie.
But everybody in the chat is the real hardcore fans that's going out here. Enjoy the goddamn games. Don't worry about the game awards. Don't worry about these. Yo, first of all, 99% of the reviews are great. You got them dudes that's doing reviews that's negative because they need clicks.
Can you be one of these people out here that to sit there and they show this scene where dude don't have his beard fully and trying to say, well, Xbox lied to you because this dude looked different in the trailer, and like that is so blatantly
It's petty.
pathetic. It's petty. It's petty.
I'm gonna be on my King David shit right now. We do not address the peasants.
Let me tell you what Microsoft did for me real quick. I'm gonna tell you how great Microsoft is, right, Lemon? Microsoft sent me a free copy of the campaign. I own it.
No,
it's
you
not
didn't,
Game
Cali Rex.
Pass.
You did not win anything.
I own it, and I wasn't expecting it. You know how if you look at something, it says if you own it or if it's downloaded or something like that. Microsoft said I own it. They sent me a thing. I clicked it, automatically went there. I was like, now that's a fucking great ass company. Hey, company. Let's Sony do something like that.
This is the first. Now, since I've owned Game Pass since day one, this is the first time for me that I felt that I cheated Game Pass. Like you know what I'm saying? Forza and Halo Infinite, I'm like, yo. And then, like, there's also the gunk is coming, and then there's other games that's going to be coming underneath here. I'm like, yo, man. I'm like,
no. Okay, Becky, you know what? I'm with you on that because
I feel like I'm cheating.
You know, I bought a collectible. I bought a collectibles. Yeah, every Halo, right? So it's like I said, damn, man. I know I'm digital. I know I'm Game Pass Ultimate, but I need the collector's edition. They don't even have one.
Right. Yeah.
They have a steelbook. That's it.
Abacab is available right now. Forbidden City.
Abacab, I'm not. You know what I'm
installing
saying?
it now.
You please have to explain how you feel like the opening cutscene felt like a Destiny 2 vibe. You got to explain to me because I'm not computing that. But
look good though.
No.
Is that a good? Was that a good thing or was that a bad thing?
I don't know.
It sounds like he's saying like it's a bad thing.
No. I don't think Abacab is making it as a bad thing. That's what I'm saying. Like you got to explain. Okay. All right. So let me move on. Let me move on to the last topic, and then we just gonna have to be short with it because
about damn time, shit, man.
You gotta finish Halo.
Hey man, listen. Nobody told you to go to Mooch's show and just sit there and be quiet while everybody else talks. You should be listening to it, dude. Dog didn't get a chance to say a word. Anyway, so here we go.
Wasn't quiet the whole time.
The VGAs. Now, the first thing I need to the VGAs. Like, okay, so just this. You can say what you want to, how you feel about the VGAs, but I'm gonna go to you first, Dart. What was your how did you feel about the VGAs? What was your good points, bad points, etc.? What was the game that stood out that was shown in the VGAs that had you like, oh yeah, I gotta get that game? But how did you feel about the VGAs overall, brother?
Overall, I'd have to say it was okay. It wasn't anything special in terms of just the way it felt like last year. Like it just felt like he was just kind of reiterating what happened, last year with the VJs. It was there was the good moments were the trailers. Of course, the game trailers are always the best part. There wasn't like a game. I mean, there were games that I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll play that. But there wasn't anything that I was like, holy fucking shit. And I think the reason why is because I'm so sick and tired of seeing freaking cinematic gameplay trailers, dude. I just want to play the games. I don't care about that stuff anymore. Like I just want to play the games and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just sit here and be like, oh yeah, like the trailers. Don't get me wrong, the trailers look great. They do, but it's like I just want to get these games in my hands, and play them. I understand why they have to do it, because it creates a marketing thing and stuff like that, and it helps them out. It's just I feel like there were moments in that show. It was just kind of like, okay, Jeff, come on, let's move on. Let's do something else. Let's just keep going. Like I think there were some awards that I think he needs to cut down the awards. To be honest, I think I think honestly, like even some of the trailers, maybe he should cut down like some of those because the show's like 4 hours long, man. That's a long ass time. Like if you look at the Academy Awards or whatever, people, most people don't care about those anymore. They're like 2.5 hours. Like they don't go for like 4 hours
They used
long,
to have
man.
4-hour Academy Awards.
They
They
did.
decided to cut it down.
They
You're
were way
right.
popular.
They
Yeah.
did. They did. They did. They definitely did. But I think Jeff just needs to polish it up just a little bit more, and I think it'll be good. I mean, it is definitely like a mini E3. It feels like that. It feels like a like it is kind of nice to be able to know like some of these games are coming, like Alan Wake 2, like that was cool. I was like, dang, that's cool. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, that looked good. I mean, it definitely looked good, but I want to get that fucking game in my hands. Like I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see more trailers. Like I want to play it. But I think it's something that we need though. Like I think as gamers we do need something like this because it definitely gives us something to look forward to. Because all we get is what, E3, like throughout the year, we get those showcases and stuff like that, but for the majority of like the big titles that get announced, it's just E3. And then now we have the Game Awards, so it's like we have something in the middle of the year and then we have something at the end of the year, which is nice, to be honest.
All right, D, what is your initial thoughts about the awards, and what did you think about any and everything? I mean, like, what was one of the games that caught your interest, and what did you think about the awards?
I have to piggyback. I thought it was entirely too lengthy with a lot of filler. It reminded me why I pay for YouTube Premium. There were so many damn ads in it, which I understand that like money exists, right? Like you want to make money, you partner with people, but it was to the point where there were just so many ads back to back. I just picked my phone up and got distracted, like, oh shit, I'm watching the award show. Then it went into the 10 o'clock mark, the 11 o'clock. I was like, bro, what are we doing? It was a lot. And for me personally, I'm not saying for everybody because everybody's interests are different. But for me, that shit could have been an email. I'm sorry. Like there was a lot. First of all, they use the words world premiere too loosely for me. It was so like I understand if it's like okay, maybe my perception of the words world premiere are different, but if Rocksteady's like, hey guys, here's the new trailer, and they drop it on Twitter or YouTube, I guess that's technically a world premiere because they're the only ones, what I'm saying? Like they just did it. But when you put the words world premiere, I'm thinking, this is some shit we've never seen or heard before. I feel like a good chunk of what we saw and heard was shit we already knew about. And when he had the little pot situation come on the stage, I was like, okay, what is this about? It's like, oh, it's a new trailer for Elden Ring. My dude, we're aware of Elden Ring. Like, people have played a demo of this game. You know what I'm saying? It was just... this is not fresh. This is not anything that we haven't seen or heard before. And that could be exacerbated by the fact that I'm not interested in Elden Ring. I don't hate it, but I'm just like, okay, like, when are we going to stop milking this cow? Like, people already had their hands on it. I feel like once you get to a demo, you can't present a game like, oh, here's a new trailer. You know what I mean? It felt like there was a lot of fluff. There were a lot of things that I could have just gone to Twitter and be like, oh, that's cool. Hellblade was cool to see. It especially was cool to see the actual gameplay. There were a lot of categories, like you guys said, that I'd never even heard of. That I'm just like, okay, this is kind of a lot. But with him now doing Summerfest in the summer, I feel like he can now divvy up his time and focus into those two. And I think they're well timed. You have Summerfest, like it says, in the summer, and then you have the Game Awards in December at the end of the year. I think he should split up or something, especially since this was in person. I think this is the first gaming event that's been like a major gaming event that's been in person since the pandemic started. So I feel like maybe he can either beef up the Summerfest now and scale back the Game Awards. But that's just me, because I feel like I think he started Summerfest because we're in quarantine. It was the middle of the year. E3 was on the decline because of pandemic, so I feel like he kind of capitalized on that. But it was a lot of ads. And it wasn't ads like, hey, here's a little sneak peek at whatever. It's Google Play and Candy Crush. And, like, I felt like I was watching TV, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna watch it next year. I'm probably just there are a couple of gaming Twitter accounts that like every moment something is announced, they post something. And I would have been better off just kind of following their feed for 3 hours or whatever and watching it later, something of that nature. But I mean, it was nice to see the games that I like kind of win. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think Forza Horizon was going to take home 3 awards. That was kind of a little bit of a shock. That was kind of cool. But yeah, like it's just like a Metacritic score. You're gonna enjoy what you enjoy, but it was just nice to see devs get recognition as well. I don't see a lot of devs, honestly, unless it's like E3 reels. It was cool to see the Deathloop developers and how much passion they had put into the project, and seeing that their hard work paid off. So that part was cool. But everything else, a lot of fluff. And World Premiere was used way too loosely for my liking, but that's just me.
Okay. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to show some trailers to some stuff while we talk about these games. Now, I will say this. If there was anything that was more disappointing to me out of all the games that was shown, was the Lord of the Rings Golem. That was a serious downgrade. But
I missed that.
Yeah, that did not look like they presented. But anyway, I will show some other stuff. I don't want to let people hear.
I like the Star Trek one.
No,
yeah, I'm a Trekkie. Even K-Maker gonna get that one. He a Trekkie too.
I'm a Trekkie, but that did not look up to par. But anyway, go ahead.
I forgot. Sorry.
But no, you're fine. But I totally agree. There was a lot of presentations for me that I enjoyed, but I'm going to save that for last. While I'll let this keep rolling. Sir X-Man, what about you? What was your thoughts about the?
Well, you already know how I feel about it. I give it a 6.
Ooh, okay, but the people didn't know.
If not lower, because you want to know how. When you have a good gaming award, you hear about people talking about it all the time. You don't hardly hear nobody talking about the Game Awards afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of is an indication that it really wasn't that hard hitting.
Can I interject real fast? I'm sorry. I want to piggyback off of all of y'all. Yeah. Did y'all notice that there are barely any new dates? Just CGI and vibes. Like there weren't dates.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Like
it just says what system it was on, and that was it.
Give me
It's like thank you, but you should have given
when can I
some dates.
And I got a plan, because the way February looking, my wall about to be dry. So you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
Hey, income tax time. You be good.
I don't want to spend all my taxes on video game shit.
Right.
I don't know about that. I'm sorry, gentlemen. Go ahead, my man.
Hey, Megan, your show just ended for some reason.
Ooh.
Oh no, you just showing something. Oh, okay. You was on the you showing the YouTube
Yeah,
thing.
I was just like, hold on, wait a minute. I was
show
like, no, it's showing.
on screen 3, so it threw me off, dude.
Yeah. No. I'm just showing some of the games that was shown at.
I'm interested in Sonic, Star Trek. There's one other game, 1 or 2 games. That MechAssault game. I mean that mech game. It's on Steam.
The mobile game, looking game. Yeah.
No, it's on PC. It's not a mobile game.
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't care nothing about the mobile crap. Sorry.
Okay.
You know, I got xCloud if I want to play a real game. And pretty much, Signia Saga, that's probably good. Didn't beat the first one, but I started it. I got to the middle of it, but so many other things was going on that I couldn't get back to it. We all have that moment.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I don't know. There's not much that really piqued my interest except Halo getting the People's Choice Award. That was it. The people choose.
Yeah.
The people chose, not some stuffy shirts. That's what I'm talking about. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing that really got my goat. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know that.
Well, so that's why I gave it a 6. It almost got lower than that if it wasn't for Star Trek. Now this game piqued my interest. The one that's showing right now.
Yeah, Forspoken looked fantastic.
But it's coming to PlayStation first or something.
2-year exclusive on PlayStation.
You know what, man?
It ain't coming to PC day 1 though.
But it's coming to PC day 1. Right.
Yeah, PC Master Race. But but to think about this,
consoles, PlayStation,
by that time,
2 years.
By that time that game comes out to Xbox, there are going to be so many other games that are going to be better than that game.
That's going to be
not going to make that game sell.
That's going to be a Game Pass game. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. 2 years, Xbox is going we don't.
And I hate to say that because I think the game's going to be really good.
I do too. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a Game Pass.
But other than that, that's why I just downloaded the Forbidden City. I've been waiting for that game to come out.
Oh man!
So it's in Game Pass right now.
Yeah, Forbidden City has been out for over a week now. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was out. I just looked because I'm too busy playing Halo on my PC and Horizon, so I haven't looked at the new category. You didn't even know it was out, B?
Can I just say that this fucking pistol in Halo is fire?
Always has been.
But other than that, Jeff Keighley can do better, man. He needs to speed it up.
I will say this. I see a lot of people say that this game right here that I'm showing has been taken off and people can't see it, which is the Star Wars Eclipse. I'm going to say
I see it right now.
I am so excited about.
That's the one I forgot about. Yeah, I do got to play that. This is
Aquatic Dream. This is
apparently it's an open world game and it's gonna have more combat.
Oh, it was nice to the Old Republic.
For Aquatic Dream, that's nuts.
And it's Quantic Dream. So
and they said this game is like about 3 to 4 years out. So for what you're seeing, I believe that this is what you're going to get. Like, I mean,
I'll be 70 by the time that game come out.
You probably will, but I will be playing this shit as long as I'm alive. So
no, wait a minute, I'll be 60. Man, I'm making myself older than what I am.
Shit.
But it looks fantastic. My thought process about everything, which I need to go to Slayer, so forget my thought process. Let Slayer get his point out, and then I'll finish it off, and then we can get the hell out of here. Slayer, what at the VGAs was the thing that caught your interest the most, and how'd you feel about the VGAs overall?
I don't know about caught my interest the most, but I had a nice meal before that started, right? Sat down, TV on, watching, even the pre-show, they showed a couple trailers, made a
pre-show was better.
The pre-show was even better, yeah.
It's better than the main show.
See, I didn't see the pre-show. Right. I did not see the pre-show.
I'll put it to you like this, man. The structure of the show is good. Too many ads, no doubt. I agree once again with D. And then, I too have YouTube Premium. If I didn't have that, oh my God, I could only imagine how much worse it would have been.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my
God.
Thank God I got it.
Right? Oh my God, the ads just ridiculous. But
Too much, bro.
even when they talk, always presented by Verizon or this or that, and they always say it in such an unnatural way. Like, bro, that's not how you advertise to folks. But whatever, man.
Real quick,
show-
Sled, did you see the ones for sponsored by TikTok? That was funny.
Okay, well, see, I'll get to that in a second. I'll get to that in a second. See, the thing is, besides all of that, I think the format of the show is generally good. That and some of the musical performances were kind of odd. And that's the nicest thing I could say, because some of them sound like bad karaoke sessions, like dude in a bad karaoke session. Honestly, I was like, yo, what the hell am I listening to? What the?
That's good.
But yo, eventually, all that food got to me. I guess the itis beat my ass. I fell asleep to that crap. That's how, because at around 9:30, I'm like, yo, this is entirely too long. I'm falling asleep. Next time it was already over. I woke up and it was over. So that whole TikTok thing, I didn't see it because I probably was asleep. I don't know. That show went on too long, man. You always say
shit.
Right after the first couple of years of the Game Awards, man, you only watch it for the trailers and stuff. And yeah, that was the intention once again. But now I'm just so bored, I'm falling asleep. Nah, you done messed up. You done messed up, Jeff. This is too long. But hey, you have another event. You could take some of this and put that over there. That sounds like a good idea because you have you got too much on this plate here. Too much. That's what I think.
All right. So,
I give it a 6.
Oof. Okay. So
maybe a 7.
Y'all nicer than me.
Okay. All right. So did I miss anybody?
Well, I gave it a 5. So.
Oh,
hey, Megan, that was the best game of the show right there that you're showing.
Nah, hell no. This wasn't the best game. It was a great game. Suicide Squad was a fire-looking game, and especially they did Harley Quinn justice with the back shots. Look at that.
I know, right? Look at that. That was the best game of the show.
A game we already knew about. I
didn't know about that though. That one I didn't know about.
This game looked, but they didn't show gameplay though.
My biggest problem was the fact that they didn't show a lot of games that I was interested in because of the fact that it was a lot of co-op, a lot of multiplayer centric stuff. That was just like
you're not a multiplayer person though, Dark. You like
I'm not. But that's okay, and that's fine. Like he did not want to see. He wanted to see more single player, and that's fine. Experiences. That's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of there's millions upon millions, if not billions, of people that want to see single player experiences. This right here, though, looked fantastic, though. So I do say, for me, I think that you guys are a little bit harsh. I know Jeff Keighley is in the bag, but you know
I gotta be harsh on him, man. Yeah.
But I do. I give the show a 8 out of 10.
You never scored it. You never scored it.
They showed a lot of quality when it came to the trailers and stuff like this, especially for when I go down here to this one right here. I didn't even know about the Chainsaw Massacre game. I didn't know anything about that. I just watched it.
The trailer was short.
It's the same people who made the Friday the 13th game and stuff like that.
But
like that.
She said.
But the game that got all the stands.
We will forge
new
stories.
People can hear this in the background. I can't do that. I don't want to get flagged. But the one game that got the stands out of their got them volcanoing.
It was the first showing at the beginning of the show. It was the first showing.
So messy, dude.
Bro, I'm just doing. I'm just a host. Anyway, so the point of it is this right here, right? Like, I posted something, right? Even Kelly Rex, he had to let his PlayStation dude come out. Like, he was just like, I can't let Mega come out and do this. And so he was like, well, it's art style. And I'm like, you know what? I remember us talking about art style last generation when we was talking about Sea of Thieves. We was talking about Gears 5. We was talking about other games. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they were showing God of War, they were showing Horizon Zero Dawn, everything like that, right? Like, I get it. Like, art style. As a gamer, I understand the art style, right? I get it. But the problem within this is that The PlayStation stand will tell you they are ready to see a AAA banger from Xbox that will do shock and awe with visuals. Listen, I told people about Ninja Theory a long time ago. When they first picked them up, I'm like, listen, I don't know nothing about the initiative. I know that they're going to do we know now that they're going to do Joanna Dark, but I do know about Ninja Theory, and they're dangerous. And then I even when the game I thought was only exclusive, but I did tell people that it was going to eventually come to Xbox. Once Hellblade first dropped on when it was first announced at that event, before anybody knew about it, I said Hellblade is serious, and people need to be paying attention to Ninja Theory because of games like Dark. Help me out. The game that they have on PlayStation 3, which is absolutely amazing, and I always forget the name of it. From Ninja Theory.
Heavenly Sword.
Heavenly Sword.
Yeah, Heavenly Sword is badass, bro.
Beautiful.
That's a badass game,
It's a
dude.
badass game, right?
That was a PS2 game, if I remember correctly.
No, it's PS3. PS3 exclusive. PS3
Okay.
exclusive.
And they did do Jade Empire for the Xbox, right?
No, that was BioWare.
No, that was BioWare, and Phil Spencer was a part of that before he became who he was now. But I try to tell people, don't sleep on Ninja Theory, right? And so now we look at this, and I see people go crazy, try to tell us. Oh, and also Enslaved. Enslaved is a really good game as well.
Yeah, Enslaved was really good.
A really good game as well. That's back
really good story too.
Yeah, it has a really cool ass story too. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with Monkey and all that crazy shit. The dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the way that they do the combo set with Old Girl and Monkey and all, it's just nuts. But right. But anyway, this set the tone. Like what Xbox did. This was the very first trailer, right? And they said, to set the tone. This is only a Series X and PC game. This ain't going anywhere else. This is what we're going to bring you. If this was a PlayStation 5 and PC game, how do you think the PC community, the PlayStation community would have acted? We told you.
Ooh.
Think
There's
about
still
that.
more PS4s out there than there are PS5.
No. That's not my question. If this was a PlayStation 5 PC only Epic Game Store game, how do you think the PlayStation community would have acted?
Oh,
damn, we gotta pay for it.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. They would have been bragging like a motherfucker. They
Right.
would have been
Right. And for the very first time, and since I've been doing this for about 6,
Dude,
7
I heard
years.
people being like, "Oh, Hellblade 2 doesn't look good," and I'm
right, like
yeah.
that.
Like, come on,
Right,
bro.
like this is not a trailer. This is a gameplay, and you can tell by the way that she look. When you see the visuals of how that
Her
looks
movements and stuff.
her movements and
that
runs
over
and
the
all that
shoulder.
shit. Yeah, the over the shoulder look. This right here, this right here is an Xbox game, and that what you should be doing right now is saying, "Damn, Xbox, you finally did it."
But did you see the mechanics of when she was throwing it, K-Mega? She didn't throw it like a man. She threw it like how a woman would throw that at a thing.
Yeah.
You know, the men threw it differently, but then she threw it differently.
Right.
You didn't notice-
Right. No, I didn't pay attention to that. But what I'm saying is overall of what we're looking at this gameplay, though, is this. This right here just sets a tone of like, you know what? Give Xbox their props. If the roles were reversed, right? I'm a gamer. I'm not. When I see, when you heard me, Dark. When we seen Horizon Forbidden West, I'm like, this shit looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
It would have said Sony did.
Anytime people try to question you about being a gamer, like sometimes people will like say stuff to me like, "Oh yeah," I'm like, K-Mega's a gamer, okay? Don't fucking get it twisted, okay? K-Mega will play any game as long as he it's something he wants to play.
Right.
Yeah.
Play anything.
Okay, but here's the cool part. Did you see at the bottom? It said Xbox One, Xbox Series S,
That doesn't bother me.
and hold on, real quick, and cloud.
And
So
cloud.
you can play the game in the cloud if you don't have the next powerful console.
That is awesome, but I don't care overall. Like, I'm just saying, like, acknowledge great looking games for what
it's gorgeous.
They are. Doesn't matter.
Gorgeous.
Doesn't matter what platform they're on. I don't care. Listen, I am an Xbox-centric guy. I choose Xbox over anything else. Yes. But I am not going to downplay.
But K-Mega is saying, give it its fair due. If it was anybody else, y'all would give it its credit.
I'm giving it its credit. I'm giving the same energy. And what I seen, and this is my first time ever, since I've been doing this whole, content creator, been on YouTube, doing all this stuff for the last 6-7 years, right? I am now at the point to where I have evolved. I'm done. I am so done with the ignorance.
Thank you, AB.
I said to people, watch. There's going to be people, and I said this on next podcast last night. I said there's going to be people that's going to say this isn't going to be up to par to any PlayStation game because it's not a PlayStation game. And sure enough, it happened. And I try to give people the benefit of the doubt to just say, look, this shit is fire. PlayStation is going to be up for some competition because Xbox is coming. That's all I want to hear. That's an acknowledgement about the gaming. Gaming is about to be at its best apex that we've seen since PlayStation, Nintendo, and Sega first came out. No. What do we see? Oh, this is a downgrade. I'm about to block a whole bunch of motherfuckers. And I said I wasn't going to block people, but I'm about to do it because the ignorance is too
I don't blame you. It's ridiculous.
I can't understand.
It's so weird.
If you're a gamer and you look at this and you're saying to yourself, well, this is Xbox. If this was a PlayStation game and I had to look at this, right? And I had to say, yo, Xbox, y'all don't know this because PlayStation is giving you some crazy shit that I've never seen before. Like, these visuals is nuts. Like,
do you see the way she's moving around in the dirt?
Right.
And the dirt is moving with her, dude.
PlayStation 5 is giving me something that I have not seen ever in my life. But you know what? Because this is an Xbox game, there are PlayStation people. See, this is the thing that bothers me, right? Because when I seen the people that posted this shit, they got 287. They got 300 plus likes right off the bat. And I got to find out who is those 300 people so I can block them. because you're not gamers. You're not. You're all about the bullshit, the fuckery that doesn't make any sense when it comes to gaming. I am done with it. Listen, it doesn't matter what platform this is. It doesn't. When we tried to tell you guys that Xbox was not going to sit idle and allow PlayStation to dominate like they did last gen, people sit there and wanted to laugh, talk. They wanted to flip. They wanted to do this shit. You see now, they're too big of a company, and since they did not let Xbox go, they're going to be all in. And if you see stuff like this already that's going to be slated for 2023, what do you think Fable is going to look like? What do you think that Forza Horizon, not Forza Horizon, but Forza Motorsport's going to look like? What do
That's
you
the
think,
one I'm waiting for right there.
Look, the last game before it's all about the Series X is Starfield, but what do you think Starfield's going to look like? And
You
that's
think Elder
a game.
Scrolls going to look like Elder Scrolls 6?
Thank you. I'm skeptical of Starfield because I haven't seen anything of Starfield. But what do you think, Xbox? What do you think Joanna Dark is going to look? What do you think the compulsion game that we talked about a couple of weeks ago on GRG, where it's going to have black protagonists doing some shit, talking about voodoo, magic, mystical world? What do you think they're going to do? And this game is what we've been seeing for the last 2 years.
Especially now that
Yes!
these developers have a bigger budget, right? You know,
Yes!
like people. I think people are kind of downplaying the budget of what Xbox and Microsoft has.
Right.
They have fuck you money. Okay. They have money that could buy your mama, your daddy, and his mama. You know,
our Game Pass and everything else keeps giving them more money over and over again.
That's how much money they have. So, you know, like they're definitely all in on this gaming stuff. You know, and it's really all things.
Do you really still think we're at 40-something million consoles out there with everything still being in the ecosystem?
Oh, hell no. That like Xbox was already touted to be at like 60 plus million Xbox Ones before the Series X and the Series S even dropped. So like that's what I'm saying. Like all these narratives.
We got to be more than that now.
Xbox's demise were highly brought up. Listen,
when you add real quick, and when you add the PC community that's playing it, I'm sorry, you gotta have more than 20 million people playing on PC too in the Xbox ecosystem.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of this. Is that look, there's a different type of setting going on between PlayStation and Xbox. Xbox is doing more of these services that suits them well. PlayStation has to adjust. Their title, they have about 7 to 8 titles that everybody knows that they're going to make money off of. But after that, who knows, right?
And what makes Xbox more money? And their multiplayer games.
Right.
Multiplayer games make more money.
Sony is going to have to do this, but it's a weird situation going on. But overall, like I just think that is like gaming is going. That's why I said this generation is going to be a lot longer than what a lot of people anticipate. Is because the technology is going to catch up and be at a point to where it's at its apex, like we've never seen before. And there's going to be a lot of gamers that's going to sit back longer than what they've ever done when the new product ever gets announced. So that's why I'm like, we might be going 10 to 13 years before we ever see, 10. I say 8 to 10 years before we find out about a new console. And then I say people won't really actually start moving until that 12th to 13th year.
Because I want to know what he thinks of this conversation we're having.
No.
I want to hear a point on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think, Dave? What do you think of the conversation we're having? You forgot to unmute.
Quiet. What happened?
Okay, yeah. She's watching, I think, trailers because she haven't caught all the trailers.
No, what I was saying, did you were hearing that conversation? I want to know what you think of the conversation we're having, your point and perspective on it.
So yeah, we got to get out of here. What do you think about the situation where I said I think the console generation is going to go at least 8 to 10 years this time around, and people won't really jump over
the back end of it
to the new generation until probably about the 12th, 13th year, because gaming is going to be so far advanced that people are going to say, "Look, I'm still comfortable right here." At this
That's point. Why Xbox Ready Cloud, right, Kamiya?
Yeah. Sorry. My memory is horrible lately. I don't know about the double digits, to be honest, but I think that there's some merit to that statement for a couple of reasons. Economically, I think it has to last that long because it's still hard as shit to get a system. I've never seen a system launch where I was paying attention where a year after, 2 Black Fridays later, it was still hard as shit to get one. That is unprecedented to me, in my experience. So it has to go longer because imagine the market stabilizes 2023. That's 3 years when people are able to get them. So you can't end the generation, you know, 3 years after that. So I feel like economically it has to stay longer. Also, with what we're seeing with the cloud gaming,
Yep.
I feel like the Series X is going to be forward compatible the way that the Xbox One is currently forward compatible with the cloud storage.
That's what I was
So
saying.
the fact that you can be on the Xbox One VCR style and play cloud gaming for games of a system you don't currently possess is going to change it up. It's going to last a little bit longer. I think it's going to be the same thing that's happening with this generation, which is why I went with the Xbox. I to be frank, for me personally, I didn't need the Series X. I didn't need it because everything that was coming out was coming on the Xbox One S. But I got it because I could play 4th generation, all my games came with me. Everything was just plug and play. And I missed out on the $200 Xbox One X. So I was missing out on that power. I was kind of feeling FOMO. Um, but righteously, I feel like that's going to happen again, where it's just like everything's going to transfer over. It's going to be an exceptionally smooth transition. But if you're not ready to make that jump for whatever reason, it's going to be forward compatibility, which makes no sense to me at all. Like I enjoy it. Like that's pretty cool, but that doesn't make sense to me. Imagine being able to play a PS3 game on a PS2 via the cloud. That's essentially what it's doing.
Different
But
architectures.
right, like it doesn't compute, or even an Xbox game or Xbox 360 game on an Xbox. Like that, the fact that you can play via the cloud and not have it be any kind of cable, like that's to me a really big deal. So I think the generation is going to last longer than the previous one. The last generation
Oh
was
yeah.
great to me. There were so many good gems, but like by the time we hit like 2018, it was just so solid. There were so many titles, great exclusive. It was a great time. So I feel like that's going to happen again. I just don't know when, because this supply issue, this bot issue, I don't care what anybody says, it's an issue. And I don't. It's hard to predict because the whole last 2 years are just unprecedented. So I definitely think it's going to last a little bit longer.
But what
Just
you're
to make
trying
sure
to
that
say is, real quick, what you're trying to say is Microsoft looked way ahead of the game and future proof when everybody thought that they were wrong trying to get into the cloud and pretty much knocked everybody else out of the market for gaming with the cloud.
I will say Microsoft, I feel like took chances that it's one of those things where you don't know what you need or what you like until it's presented to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when they were talking about cloud, I'm not gonna lie, I was not very like cloud. I didn't know what it was. In my
You're
early 20s.
skeptical, yeah.
So 10 years ago. I mean, I was technical with like hardware, but like cloud, I just didn't. My brain, it didn't make sense to me. But once I got OneDrive, once the Xbox 360 games became backwards compatible, that's when I was like, okay, they doing something. Because the fact that I could take my game save from 2010 of Saints Row 2
Ooh.
and play it, like all it does is a little bar that says sinking cloud, and I'm in the exact same mission from whatever year. I was just like, oh shit.
Got all your
Maybe this
DLC that you paid for too?
all the DLC that I paid for. And it's funny because when they started talking about the cloud, they're like, "Oh, we'll be able to do things you can't even imagine." I was like, oh, "Okay, girl," but I had the wherewithal that I uploaded the most important games to me. I uploaded all of those saves, so all of the Fables, the Saints Row, um,
Yeah.
Grand Theft 4. Like I uploaded all of those just in case because I didn't know what it meant. But I like to be
I did it too.
prepared. So I upload all those saves, and now Assassin's Creed 2 was what, 2009? So 12 years later, I'm still playing on the same 100% game save of Assassin's Creed 2. So I feel like, they're kind of reaping the benefits of their forward thinking. And those who have kind of been there with them for the ride or believed in it are kind of reaping those benefits.
Yeah. And when they upgraded it to 2 gigs for you to transfer, because it used to be just like 500 gigs to transfer from the cloud to the cloud. Then they changed it to 2 full gigs for people so they can get all their data back from their previous console. That was smart.
I didn't
512 megabytes or something like that. Yeah.
Right. And they changed it to 2 gigs.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I didn't know they did that. But that's definitely a lot. So I'm glad they did it. I was just reading. That's why I wasn't paying attention. I got an email from Sony saying that starting January 1st, I'm in their rewards program,
first
and they're changing it so you cannot earn points.
What?
Unless wait. They're changing it, so starting January 1st, when it comes to PlayStation purchases, you can only earn points if you are using a PlayStation credit card. So I will no longer earn rewards. And I'm like,
oh my God.
So that's why when you're like, what do you think? I was like, they're talking to me. What? Because let me read it. It says, as of January 1st, earning Sony reward points will only be limited to Sony and PlayStation Visa credit card purchases. So I can no longer earn rewards the same way that I do on my other system. That's why I was distracted. I'm sorry.
That's messed up. That's just as bad as when you heard Walmart was getting rid of their layaway, but they want you to get stuff on a payment plan with their card.
Now, I wanted to show Horizon Forbidden West compared to what we've seen with Hellblade 2. Child of God, thank you. No, it looks great.
They both look great.
They look great, but to see now people are talking about art style. They weren't talking about that before, though. That's the difference. Yeah, the game looks absolutely fantastic.
But they're 2 different genres. They're 2 different types of games.
Yeah, but to see again, what the stands used to use was that these were realistic looking graphics. Now, when you look at these graphics compared to what Hellblade 2 looked like, they're more cartoonish looking. You know what I'm saying? Even though the graphics look absolutely beautiful, but when Xbox gamers were talking about artistic looks and styles, it wasn't a thing. This looked like
this
a cartoon.
This is PS5 only though, right, K-Mega?
Well, no, but this looked cartoonish compared to when you see Hellblade. That's where the shit.
I like the snake thing. That was cool.
Yeah, that was crazy. But anyway,
the only reason why it looks cartoonish is because it's such a more colorful game than Hellblade. Hellblade,
yeah, Hellblade for a dark look.
Yeah, it's supposed
dark.
to be like
it's
that.
Sinister.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why it looks different. I mean, and plus both of these games are going to be different, and we should be excited for both of them.
I am all over Forbidden
They're
West.
going to have a problem selling this game.
Let me. No. This game's going to sell great.
Because it's coming to
for the PS5.
No, it's coming on PC. No, it's coming to PS5 and PS4. It's going to be on both.
It is coming to PS4.
Yeah, it's on
PS4 Pro. They said PS4 Pro.
No, PS4.
No, PS4 Pro. PS4 is the same across the board.
Yeah. PS4. I'm getting it on PC, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and send that money. What's up with you?
Is that coming to PC day one?
No, it's not. I don't. Well, no. You know what? I don't think it is.
All you got to do is wait for the end of the trailer, and it'll tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. But let me read this from Child of God. He says, GRG and the crew, what's up? Everyone, Hellblade 2 is godly good luck. He said, graphics on another level. That's what 12 T-flops look like. Halo is king. No doubt.
Here we go. What does it say? It didn't even say anything.
It didn't say anything. That's Sony doing what they're doing. Okay, so we just seen that. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to show the greatness again. Let's see. I'm gonna show Hellblade 2 one more time.
Oh God!
Just one more time before we get out of here, so everybody can do the sign out, so we get the hell out of here. Okay. Slayer.
Yes, sir.
did you have anything that you want to add? So before we get out of here, because I know that you've been quiet for a little bit. So do you have anything you want to add, or do you want to just do your sign out so we can get out of here?
I think we should just do the sign out and get out of here because it's
All
been
right,
a long night because it's really not something that's what I want to say.
Let everybody know where they can find you at, brother. Really appreciate it as always. Next week, you know what I'm saying? In it, Yobi, you got to be here. There is no question. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not a command, but it is a must. Anyway, so where can they find you at, Slayer?
Well, you can find me on Twitter. Just keep tracking me there, and you'll know everything I'm up to. I play on pretty much every gaming platform minus Nintendo currently. So yeah, just
hater.
Yeah. No, just disappointed. Just highly disappointed. The same name as Twitter, 6Slayer. You could also find me on YouTube. I also have a channel there. Yeah, and tomorrow's the Dragon's Den. I won't be on. I have other engagements, unfortunately, but we have a stacked show, so y'all definitely enjoy that. And I'll be right here next week. Another episode of GRG.
No doubt. And D, the first lady of the second generation of the GRG podcast. Where can they find you at and get your expertise to let these people understand and get their expertise from a female gamer that's out there that is all about gears and all about Grand Theft Auto. What's up? Where can they find you?
I am on Twitter at Genji's Mom, and I'm on Xbox and PlayStation, Kirby Titan, and here on the GRG podcast every Friday at 9, unless there's somebody's birthday. I won't be for my birthday, so.
Oh, no, there won't be no GRG. There will not be no GRG because I'm going to be partying. I'm going to be lit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I said that with emphasis. Let's. I'll be damned. If I do a GRG, it's going to be solo, and I'm going to be, welcome to GRG by myself, and I'm about to toast. Anyway, toast. I'm roasted. I'm going to be that roasted pig just been sauteed in juices. I'm going to be so lit on New Year's Eve. Okay, so Sir X-Man, thank you, man, for stopping by.
Yep.
Please tell me, as you look at this and then we see Horizon Forbidden West, why is it that the PlayStation stands ain't coming out and saying, look, man, congratulations, Xbox, y'all got a banger?
That's a good-looking game, but you know me, K-Mega. I'm all about the gameplay, man. You know what I'm saying? A game could look like crap to me, but if the gameplay is good and I'm having fun, that's always been the most important thing to me. You know, but the graphics do look good, and I'm looking forward to playing it.
All right.
When it comes out. You good?
But where can they find you at then? Where can they find you?
I'm on Twitter. I'm just Sir X-Man as it's spelled by my icon. On Xbox as it's spelled on my icon. Sir X-Man 1 on Twitch whenever I do find time to stream. And I'm going to try to be here for Fight Night Sunday. Depends on how much overtime I do on Sunday. But last week I was stuck on Forza Horizon, dude. I just couldn't put it down, Kay.
Oh no, I got you, man. But
I was seeing you playing Killer Instinct, man.
We played Killer Instinct until 2 o'clock in the morning.
This close to firing it up on the PC and coming over, dude.
Yeah,
but I had another thing I had to do in that game.
You know what I'm saying? Nick Banks, you know what I'm saying? It was Yobi. We had other people that was in there that I never knew before, but man, they all wanted to get some of that Killer Instinct, man. It was fantastic, man.
I know. But other than that, that's about it. I'm just an old school gamer that likes to play games.
That's all I knew. You know? K-Mega left before with a winning record in Killer Instinct. That's all I knew. I had to show and prove. I should have beat Lawrence G about 3 times. But
You know, I didn't even
did
watch
not.
none of it because I went to sleep so I can go to work the
Oh,
next day.
I know. You don't have to watch it. It's there.
Nah, I'm starting
What
to
you're
get some more
saying
free
is that
time.
you showed your credentials.
Yeah, he did. I showed my credentials is always there. No deletion. We ain't just because I might lose a match, I'm not volcanoing and getting mad about it.
It's in the records, right, K-Mega? It's in the records.
In the records. Let's go. There's not no 16% play on.
Let's see if we can see if we can get D for a fight night. I might show up. Do some Killer Instinct.
She don't play.
But she no.
She come here and talk shit. She come in there and talk shit. Now that's all good for me. I'm with that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Get us some Dark up in there. That would be funny.
Oh yeah, I would love to put some hands on Dark with a single player. Anyway, so speaking of Dark, where can they find you at, man? And listen, tell your PlayStation brethren, listen, you're safe. I will send you home. We'll drop you off. You're okay. You're still a PlayStation fan. We do not try to convert anybody here. You know what I'm saying? Even though I will replay Hellblade, Hellblade 2 one more time to let you understand.
I got a box of tissues for your ex-PlayStation fans, Dark.
Oh my God. Anyway. Let them get your PlayStation roar. Where can they find you at, Dark?
Oh yeah, and I'm Sir X-Man on PlayStation too. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Anonymous. You can also find me on Box of PlayStation with the same name, and you guys can always find me on the podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't know, man. After this week, I might have to take a break from podcasting.
Let it go long.
You almost fell asleep, man.
Because bro, I was on BRAP, and then I went to Next, and then I was on Crossfire, and now I'm on here. And
man.
It was the Game Awards show
next
that
year.
next
year I'm finna tackle BRAP. I'm finna tackle Mooch. I'm finna tackle so many others out there to come on GRG. So
I like playing Halo with BRAP. He funny.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go in next year. Yeah, we were at the end of the year. We got one more show before we shut it down for the year. And you know what I'm saying, we're gonna try to make it as big as we can. But other than that, yeah, really appreciate you coming on, Dark. Really do appreciate it,
man,
as always,
for sure.
man. And
as I'm launching that for Forgotten City right now. Forgotten City right now.
Before y'all go out here, look at this, man. Listen, get vaccinated. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. I understand for some of y'all out there don't want to get the jab. Listen, there's Omicron, there's Unicron, there's Delta, there's Melta. There's so many other variants out there. Listen, if you go, there's a Marion.
Right,
listen. If there's people out here that's going to sit there and take a penicillin shot up in their ass, because they went out there and they did something that they weren't supposed. Let's hold on, wait, no, I'm being real. Hold on, this is being real. If you're gonna take a penicillin shot up your ass because you out there and you did something with some strains with no change, and then if you don't believe in the jab, why did you get the jab then? You need to get your ass out there and start thinking about real science and stop trying to act like you're a scientist. Understand real shit when it's real. Stop listening to these dumbass people that are rich, that has money, and that they doing this, because I'm ready. Listen, I can't be ready. Let me put back. Let me pull this back. I am a person that is married right now, but if I was single, I'm ready to get out here. I'm ready for people to get out here so we can get back to doing what we used to do, and they'll going out there doing that strange thing. Go out there to the club, have a good time, pants off, dance off, let's kick it. But I'm married now, so I got to live vicariously through you people. But since y'all out here don't want to get the jab, I'm over here being frustrated. So anyway, go take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Do not do anything crazy. And let's get ready for the new year and Christmas and all that other stuff, man. We'll be back next week. But other than that, do anybody else got anything to say before I get out of here? Of course not. We out. Thank you. Have a good night.
What she says?
What you got to say?
Nothing. You wrapped it up. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap it up with this. Listen, if you are going to go out there and be wild, you know what I'm saying? Don't be hot like these dudes running around in this damn trailer, because what you're doing is literally being volcanoing. Well, we out of here, ladies and gentlemen. K-Mega out.
Oh, man.
GRG out.
This Forgotten City looks nice.
Okay. This man said that Mac game that looked like a mobile game was hot, so I don't even know what to say. We out of here. Good night.
Oh, shit.
Mobile game.
Oh,
hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.